Student Eileen Martinez is suing 25-year-old homemaker Shauna Knapp for choking her during an argument at a gas station. Shauna is countersuing, claiming Eileen started the fight.
Yeah, this is case number 56 on the calendar in the matter of Martinez versus Knapp. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Well, on the 3rd of January of this year, one of you two ladies had a really bad day. I don't understand it when women fight with each other over who's first at a gas pump, but I guess I'm going to find out. So, Miss Martinez, this happened on January 3rd, according to your complaint. I would like you to tell me where it happened, what time it happened, who pulled up to the gas pump first, and how it was that Miss Knapp assaulted you, because Miss Knapp said that you were the one who assaulted her, and she's counterclaiming. Is that right, madam?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
I was at the gas station waiting for the pump. Somebody was ahead of me, and so I waited until the person finished, and I started pulling forward when Mrs. Knapp just came rushing in, parked her van counterwise, and she got out of the car. I got out of my car to let her know that I was waiting for the pump first. And she said, well, I don't give an F. And she started screaming.
Who was in the car with you?
My daughter.
You were?
Yes.
So what happened next?
I got back in my car. I thought she was going to leave. And I said, well, okay. Then I'll go ahead and use the pump.
So she moved her car?
Yeah.
And where did
I
she
saw
move
her
it to?
leaving.
Oh, so she moved out of the gas station?
Yes.
No.
Get to you in a minute. Sorry. Go ahead. Come on.
I started pumping the gas, and she came around to the other side.
To the other side of the pump?
To the other side of the pump. Now we're facing each other, and she told me, what the F are you looking at? And I said, well, ma'am, I told you very politely that I was waiting for the pump first. And here comes her mother screaming at me, saying, well, no, you didn't, because I heard your mouth all the way inside the car.
She was in the car with her mother?
Yeah.
All right. Would you move up to the assault? How do you allege she assaulted you?
The two ladies, they're screaming at me now. And Miss Knapp, she says something to me, and that's when she punched me. And I went against my car, and when I realized what was going on, I had the two ladies on top of me.
She and her mother?
She and her mother. She had me by the neck.
Never touched her.
She had me by the neck.
Go ahead.
And two men came to take the two ladies off from me. They pulled the...
Did you have any injuries?
Yes. She shifted the bones on my neck.
You have any reports from a doctor?
Yes.
Can I see everything that you have, please? I see this photograph that shows a bruise on your back.
On my back.
Was that as a result of being pushed on the car?
Yes.
Okay. So you went to a chiropractic clinic on the 11th, and your complaint was neck pain radiating into your arm as a result of an assault. On the 4th, you went to the hospital, and the doctor there notes that you had a bruise or crushing injury of the deep tissue in the back. Okay, Miss Knapp, now I'd like you to tell me your version of what happened, please.
When I pulled up to the gas station, there was two cars on the side that her car was on. I didn't know that there was anybody in the white car, which was the car that they were in. So when the car that was in the middle pulled away, I went to pull up, and she just zipped right up. And if I hadn't hit my brakes, she would have hit the front end of my van.
Well, then what you're saying, Miss Knapp, is you didn't see her because she was short? Miss Knapp?
More or less, yes. Because it didn't look like there was, from the angle that my van was sitting at, it didn't look like there was anybody in the car.
Then you were wrong.
I was wrong, yes.
Fine.
I was wrong.
So what happened at that point?
I got out to make sure that, you know, when I hit my brakes, I got out just to make sure that she didn't bump my car, I didn't bump her or whatever. And
Well, you would have heard that if somebody bumped a car.
yeah, you're right.
So you got out of your car.
It was a
and-
reaction more than anything.
Listen to me carefully. So you got out of your car.
Yes. I got out and I went around, and she got out and started saying that I was in her way and she was there first, and I was just like, okay, whatever. You know, she was mouthing off, and I just...
No, mouthing off.
I
What
blew
was
it
she saying?
off.
Shh. Pay careful attention. You got out of your car
Yes.
for no reason And she said to you, I was here first.
And she was asking me, how am I supposed to pump my gas if you're in the way?
Right.
So
and did you answer her?
I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't see you sitting there.
Oh, good. So you said, listen to me. So you said to her, I'm sorry, I didn't see you sitting there. And what did you do next?
I turned around, I got back in the van, and I moved my van because it just wasn't worth arguing over.
Perfect. So what happened next?
I drove around because the two cars that were on the other side of the pumps had left. So I just pulled around to go on that side and pump my gas.
Great. And what happened next?
I got out and I started pumping my gas, and she's just standing there staring at me. And I was just like, what? What are you looking at? And she just kept staring at me. And finally I was just like, what? What are you staring at me for? And she started yelling at me.
What did she say when she started yelling at you?
She's like, you got in the way.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Shh. Miss Knapp, you did it is not an answer. What was she saying to you?
She's like, you were in the way. Why didn't you just move? You knew I was there first. No, I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, I didn't know anybody was in the car. I said, as far as I knew, somebody was in the...
Miss Knapp, that didn't happen. This last portion of what you just told me never happened. You just made that up. This lady didn't continue, as she was pumping her gas, to complain to you about, I can't pump my gas, your car was in the way. That doesn't happen because that doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. It's not true. So forget that part of it because that's not true.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You know what your problem is? I'm going to tell you what your problem is. You pled guilty.
I didn't plead guilty. I pled no contest.
Same difference.
And later today,
how did he obtain temporary custody?
I went to Fairview Riverside Chemical Dependency for alcohol.
Did he also have a drinking problem?
No.
You were aware of her drinking problem, sir?
I was.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Eileen Martinez claims Shauna Knapp choked her during an argument over a gas pump.
Okay, now you tell me your version of how she assaulted you.
I kept telling her just to drop it,
just
leave
to
it
drop
alone.
it. So you're telling her to drop it.
She was pumping her gas, I was pumping mine, and as far as I was concerned, it was over with.
Good.
And she kept yelling at me, and why don't you just shut up then? I'm like, well, shut up and leave me alone, and I will shut up. And she kept yelling, and finally I was just like, look, I'm pregnant, I've got a lot of stuff to do, I don't need this right now, just leave me alone. I must have told her 10, 20 times just to leave me alone.
So what happened next?
And that's when she came flying across the gas pump at me. If I hadn't have pushed her, she would have slammed right into me.
So she came, just a second, she came flying across. She came flying.
She came at me.
She came at you, and you did what?
When she was coming at me, I pushed her away from me, because if I hadn't, she would have ran right into me.
Right. And then what happened next?
She came back at me again, except this time when I went to push her away from me, she tangled her hand up in the neckline of my shirt, which she tore my shirt up. I've got, the neckline of my shirt is destroyed. This was a brand new shirt.
Terrible.
I was trying to push her away from me, but I couldn't.
So what did you do?
I backed her up against her car, and I was just holding her there. She's claiming I punched her in the face, but I never swung at her. Because the jewelry I have on is the jewelry I always wear. If I had hit her with that ring on, she would have been cut or bruised or something.
I'm still listening to how she assaulted you.
She came flying across the gas pump at me.
She still hadn't touched you, madam. You were the one who pushed her.
She was swinging at me as she was coming across.
Madam, you're making it up as you're going along. Now, Miss Knapp, you know what your problem is? I'm going to tell you what your problem is. You pled guilty.
I didn't have a choice.
Listen to me. You pled guilty.
I know I did.
You always have a choice. You were arrested for assault.
I was not. I was not arrested.
You were given a summons for assault. You appeared before a judge. You gave me a whole big story that your husband was scheduled to go to Iraq, and you were going to have a baby, and you were going to move, and a whole song and dance. So you had no choice but to go in and plead guilty. Is that what you're going to tell me?
Yes, ma'am, because it's the truth.
Okay. So let me tell you about your counterclaim. Your counterclaim is out the window, because when one pleads guilty to assault, which is what you did, you can't then turn around and sue the complainant and say, you assaulted me. Because the court found beyond a reasonable doubt, based upon your plea, that you assaulted her.
You know, she claims that I hurt her so bad. Why did she go to the magistrate's office and press charges the same night that this happened instead of going to the hospital, which is what I did. I went to the straight to the hospital after this happened.
Did you have a report from the hospital showing any bruises or contusions on your body?
I didn't have any bruises because...
Because you bruised her. You managed to get her away from you.
I didn't touch her.
You did. You just told me you touched her.
Yeah, I backed her up against the car, but that's all I did.
Right.
She's the one that hauled off and kicked me after the scuffle was even over.
I don't believe you.
Well, you weren't there.
It doesn't make sense that this woman who weighs maybe 100 pounds started up with you, and you've had your baby already, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
I had
and
to be induced because of her.
Listen to me carefully. So at that time when you had your baby, you're a pretty big woman now, you were another 40 pounds heavier? Yeah, right, every bit of it. So it doesn't make sense to me that this woman who weighs 100 pounds is going to start up with somebody who weighs 200 pounds.
Weight doesn't count for intelligence. So
you're absolutely right.
Because I tried to back away from it if she wouldn't leave it alone.
You're absolutely right. What happened was you lost your temper. You pulled in front of her car. Your mind was someplace else because there wasn't only one person sitting in her car. There were two people sitting in her car. And you didn't see her. And she got out of her car. She said, "What are you doing?" And she zipped right up. That really annoyed you. You may have been having a bad day. Your husband is getting ready to go.
No,
you're 9 months pregnant. You may have had it up to here, and you overreacted, but you didn't behave appropriately. I don't even have to make that judgment here, although I'm trying to get it through to you. Quiet. You pled guilty. That means beyond a reasonable doubt you are guilty of assaulting her.
I didn't plead guilty. I pled no contest.
Same difference.
Well, I didn't know that at the time.
Same difference. Well, if you didn't know it at the time, somebody didn't give you good advice. I'm here to give you good advice. Judgment for the plaintiff, and the amount requested, $4,000, and your counterclaim is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She lied to the police, she lied to the judge, and she got away with it. That's all it was.
I think she and her mom, they had a bad day, and they took it out on me.
I kept telling her to back off and just leave it alone because it was over with. She didn't want to do it.
She was using foul language.
Oh, it probably could have been handled a different way, but, you know, I'm not the one that started it.
I hope she learned her lesson.
Yeah, she's $4,000 richer, but I don't care.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lightheart versus Prentice. Step forward, please.
Roofing salesman Mark Lightheart is suing his ex-girlfriend, apartment manager Rhonda Prentice, for a loan to regain custody of her youngest daughter. Mark says Rhonda lost custody when she went into rehab.
Mr. Lightheart, you and the defendant, according to what I read, were involved in a relationship. You loaned her a substantial amount of money in order for her to retain the services of an attorney that she needed for a custody case. Custody case involving
My 6-year-old daughter.
And you are no longer together. You claim this was clearly a loan. She was supposed to pay you back. The defendant says that there was no way this was a loan. This was a gift because you knew how important it was for you to have custody of your daughter. Is that right?
Right.
And the child was with your former husband? Or were you not married to the father of that child?
Right. He's had temporary custody since last April. So I'm.
How did he obtain temporary custody?
I went to Fairview Riverside Chemical Dependency for alcohol.
And how long were you in rehab?
3 weeks.
Okay. Tell me how it came about that you asked him to give you this money.
Shortly after I got out of the hospital last year, April 4th, that's when I had found out that my ex-husband took temporary custody. Okay. So the minute I walked out of treatment, I was running for an attorney.
And you found one?
Correct.
And then what did you do?
That's when I talked to him and had asked him if he'd be willing to help, and he said he'd do basically, you know, anything. It was my daughter, and we're in a relationship.
And there was never any discussion about repayment? He said, I'll do anything necessary to help you?
Basically, yeah.
Well, not basically.
Yes.
Is that what he said to you? I'll do anything to help you?
Right.
Okay, and how long had you been involved in a relationship with him, Miss Prentice?
The fall before, so August or September.
And you had lived together?
I had an apartment, and then he was going to move in. And he did, but then he moved out.
How long did you live together?
A couple weeks, I think he only stayed there.
And that was after he gave you the money?
Correct.
Okay, but you had dated and were in a relationship for a substantial period of time before you went into rehab?
Yes.
Did he also have a drinking problem?
No.
You were aware of her drinking problem, sir?
I was.
And you were together for how many months prior to her going into rehab?
Probably about 9 months.
Did she call you on the telephone, or were you together when she discussed this money with you?
Both. She'd asked me and begged me and for about a week and said that she would pay me back, and I had finally said, you know, yeah. I would borrow her the money.
When she got out of rehab, where was she working?
During the rehab, I believe she had got terminated from her job.
So she wasn't working.
Right.
So what did you expect her to pay you back immediately with?
If it was not to go to a jury trial, the money that I borrowed her was not going to be used for attorney fees, so she was going to pay me back the
So she was just going to give it back to you?
Correct.
And if it did go to a jury trial, where did you expect her to get the money from to pay you back?
She was expecting to get her child back, and she would have gotten child support in the amount of $1,300. And that $1,300 she was going to pay me per month.
And what was she going to support her child on?
That I don't know.
Okay. So how much money did you give her?
I borrowed her $7,000.
First of all, the word is loaned.
Loaned.
You loaned her, according to you, and she borrowed.
Yep.
She says it was a gift. I don't see how you could loan her money if she had no way of repaying you. Tell me about that, sir.
It was under my understanding that I was going to get paid back the loan amount within, whatever, 4 months total time, if not immediately.
I don't buy it. Sir, I could imagine that if you're in a relationship with somebody and she says, I'm desperate and I need money, and you know she has absolutely no way of paying you back, the likelihood of the case going to trial is great, then she certainly wouldn't have money to pay you back because the only money she would get would be child support, and she wasn't working. So there was really no way that you could even expect to be paid back. You probably expected to have a long-term relationship with her. Is that a fair statement?
At that time, no, because we weren't really going out. We were still talking, but we weren't in a relationship at the time I borrowed her the money.
You were in a relationship, sir, because you moved into her home. I don't care if it was for 2 weeks. What do you call that? Your house was being painted? Anything else you want to tell me?
Well, during our relationship, she had gotten a settlement from her ex-husband, and she had bought a car cash with this money. When I loaned her the money, she agreed that if she was not able to pay me back the money, she would take out a loan against the car to at least help me recoup some of the cost.
Is that right?
We had talked about...
Just a minute. Did you agree to take out a loan against your car?
Well, months later, after when he was telling me he was down and out...
What kind of car is it?
Ford Taurus, 98.
It's an older car. How much did you expect for her to get against that car?
We agreed that she would take out a loan against the car.
Go ahead.
I'd called my banker. He's a personal friend. And the loan value on the car was $3,500.
So that the only money that you really anticipated getting back was money that you could get as a result of taking a loan out against her car.
Had I known I wasn't getting any money back, I would have never loaned her any money.
That's too bad. I'm smarter than you are. You're not going to get over on me. You understand?
Correct.
Good. I will prepare an order that she is directed to take out the loan against her car through your friend. Do you understand the order? Good. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 88 on the calendar in the matter of Malafronte versus Barella. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Malafronte, you claim a loan to the defendant, who is your former girlfriend. You say the loan was for some cosmetic surgery that you wanted to have. You broke up. You want your money. That's as simple as that. The defendant says that this was never a loan. It was always a gift. It did not become a loan until after you were no longer together. It's your defense. So, tell me when you started to date Miss Barella.
We break out.
No, I'm talking to him. When did you start to date Miss Barella?
Malafronte, ma'am.
I said, when did you start to date
September of
Miss
2000.
Barella?
September of
Did
2000.
Did I not say that right?
You said it right.
Sorry, ma'am.
It just
Thought you were
sounded
talking
like
to her.
you were saying you were calling him.
No, when did you start to date Miss Barella?
Around September of 2000.
And when did the subject of this cosmetic surgery come up?
Roughly August, September of 2001.
Did you and Miss Barella live together?
No, we did not.
Tell me about the discussion in August or September of 2001.
Miss Barella, because of her occupation, wanted to
What's her occupation?
She worked at Hooters at the time, ma'am.
What did you do at Hooters?
Waitress and a bartender.
Go ahead.
She wanted to get breast augmentation. She had friends who had it done. Her mother and I had both told her that she didn't need it, wasn't necessary, but she had it in her mind that she wanted to have it done. So she asked me if I could get her the money.
What exactly did she say to you?
She just asked if I would be able to lend her the money to get the surgery done.
And what did you say?
I said I would go get a loan from the bank for it.
Go ahead.
Took out the loan September of 2001. The surgery was supposed to be performed in October of 2001, which it was. She had agreed that she would make the payments to the bank, and unfortunately, with not being able to work in October because of the surgery, she wasn't able to make the first payment, so I made it. And then November and December, she was playing catch-up on bills, so I made those payments also. January 2002, we got engaged, and since she was still short on money and I did have the money to pay it, I continued to pay it.
Go ahead.
April of 2002, we had decided to go our separate ways, and discussed at that time, I had mentioned to her about making the payments on the loan. She told me she was moving into a new apartment and wouldn't have the money at the time. So I said, no problem, when you're on your feet, we'll talk about it again. Come about July, we talked about it again. And
did you call her?
At that time, yes, I talked to Danielle.
But you hadn't been seeing her?
No.
So in July, you called her?
Yes, ma'am. And discussed again about her making these payments. She, again, said she didn't have the money, kept making excuses. Finally, about September of 2002, I contacted her mother and asked for her assistance in this. Her mother agreed it wasn't right that I'm making the payments on her loan, on the loan for her surgery, and agreed to talk to her about it. She talked to Danielle. She called. She said that she would reimburse me for the payments, basically July, August, September, and October, and then start the payments in November.
And she made some payments?
Yes, she did.
How many payments did she make?
She made 4 payments.
Of what amount?
The first one of $170 in November, and then 3 at $200, and then last one in February.
Why did she stop in February? Did she tell you?
Originally, it was, she asked if she could skip March and April because she was moving into another new apartment, and she was going to have an overlap and was going to owe rent on both apartments. I said, no problem. Come April, she had decided that she wasn't going to pay it. Said that she was given advice that as long as she claimed it was a gift, that she wouldn't have to pay it.
Is that what she told you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I'll hear you.
They were a gift.
That's for me to decide. That's for me to make a judgment about. I want you to go back to August of 2001.
August of 2001, I had definitely expressed interest in wanting to get the cosmetic surgery. And he knew that I was very, very, very interested in getting it.
How did he know? Did he have mental telepathy? Did he have a
no,
Ouija board?
we were together at the time, so he definitely saw me expressing
You
concern.
told him, not expressing.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Let's speak plain English. Right? I know you think you're smarter than I am, but you're not. You told him, so listen to me. I told him I really wanted to have this surgery.
Yes.
Then let me hear that. I don't want to hear he knew I expressed to him.
I told him I really wanted to have the surgery.
And what did he say to you?
He said he would get them for me, along with all the other gifts that he had also gotten me over the time that we were together. I even received gifts after we were together.
Gifts is one thing.
But I considered this a gift as well because...
I know what you considered it. Let's move on. So you had the surgery, and then did there come a time after you broke up when you moved into a new apartment?
Yes, right at the time we were breaking up.
Did you tell him that you were strapped for money?
Yes.
Did there come a time when you moved into a different apartment?
Yes.
Did you have a conversation with him at that time as well?
Yes.
Did you tell him at that time that you were strapped for money?
Yes.
You see all these things, how they come together? It's so easy, madam, when you just get it together and tell me the truth.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How old was your daughter when she had breast augmentation?
22.
You didn't think she was nice enough before?
I absolutely agree that it was not necessary.
And necessary is not the word. Stupid is the word. Stupid.
And later today,
You two ladies decided to go out for the evening. You were going to be the drunk, and she was going to be the sober driver. So far, is that correct?
Yes.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Brian Malafronte is suing his ex-fiancée, Danielle Barella, for the cost of breast enlargement.
Now, let us assume, sir, that you became engaged. And I want you to all answer honestly. This may not turn out badly for you. It may. But I want you to answer me honestly. Let us assume that things worked out as you had initially planned when you became engaged. You got married. You think she would have paid you back this money?
No, ma'am.
Good answer. Even though it was originally a loan, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because when it was originally a loan, you weren't engaged and didn't know whether you were going to have a long-term life together, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Like it. Now, you want to tell me why you made the payments?
I made the payments because at that point I was frightened of him, because when we had broken up, he constantly drove his motorcycle by my house, showed up at my works, definitely talked to all my friends trying to find out where I was.
When did you break up?
In April of 2002.
We're talking about later on when you made the payments, madam. You
Right,
didn't
right.
make the payments in April of 2002. If I believe just your baloney about being frightened, your mouth is twisted. If I believe the baloney about, you know, frightened of him, then you would have started to make the payments as soon as he drove his motorcycle by your place of employment. You didn't. So you want to get it together and tell me why you started to make the payments.
Just so he would leave me alone. I was tired of being followed, you know, having to know
Did you
where
ever
I
file
was.
a police report about it?
No, I did not.
So stop complaining about it now. I'm not interested. So you made payments. Why did you stop making payments?
Because I got a message from my mom saying that if we were still together, that he would be paying for him. So basically,
Of course. That's what he just said. He just said if he had been engaged and gotten married, there's no question that he would not be paying him back.
Well, I considered it all a gift, though.
Oh, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
But I have all these other things that he bought me even after we were engaged.
That's okay. Put your hand down. I'm not interested in what you have to say. Teach her responsibility. I mean, she was moron enough at her age to have surgery that she didn't need, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't want to add to that, do you?
I think I know some things about this that you
Oh,
would like
sure.
to
You're
know.
just dying to do it. Step up. How old was your daughter when she had breast augmentation?
22.
You didn't think she was nice enough before?
Oh, I absolutely agree that it was not necessary.
Unnecessary is not the word. Stupid is the word. Stupid is the word for a 22-year-old because she likes to work in a particular restaurant. That's the word, stupid.
It wasn't necessarily for the restaurant. It was for myself.
Oh, you mean you had a bad self-image?
Yeah, I did.
Is that what you told me, you had a bad self-image?
Yes. It was something that I wanted to make myself feel better.
Get a different job.
She has a
Go to
different-
school.
I do have
She does.
Get a degree. That makes you feel better. Having bigger breasts doesn't necessarily make you feel better. Being smart makes you feel better. Now, you want to tell me what you have to tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Fast.
Okay. At the time that Brian had agreed to get Danny the money, I had expressed to him that I did not want this to be done. And he said, well, I want to do this for her.
Good.
And there was never any talk of it being a loan.
You don't know about that, madam. Were you in the bedroom with them? Were you in the bedroom with them?
No, I was not.
Good. Have a seat. There's no question in my mind that it was originally a loan, and you were supposed to have paid him back. That's different from a box of chocolates or a very expensive scarf or a ring or a pin that one gets as a gift. If he's stupid enough to take out a loan to buy you those things, then he's a real idiot. I don't think he's an idiot. And he was very honest with me. He said if you were together and if you had married, certainly he would not pursue this loan, but you weren't together anymore. And it was originally a loan, because otherwise he would not have taken that money out. It wasn't money that he readily had. So you owe him the money. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,000, which probably isn't enough to cover the entire loan, but it's a good beginning. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm very happy with the judge's ruling.
I don't agree with her judgment at all.
Had a lot of things slung around the court that I haven't done.
He was driving by my house, constantly finding out where I was, found out where I lived.
She lived behind a biker bar. I ride motorcycles. Kind of hard not to go by there.
He's hurt that I broke his heart, and he just wants to have a tie to me.
She's trying to make herself feel better by making me look like the bad guy.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Perlick versus Bauer. Step forward, please.
21-year-old loan officer Hannah Perlick is suing her former friend, 22-year-old sales associate Tracy Bauer, for driving her car while drunk and wrecking it. Tracy is countersuing for impound fees.
All right, ladies. Let me run through what I perceive to be the chronology of events of this day or evening. Bert, I would like you to listen carefully so that if I make a mistake here, either in my perceptions or the facts, you let me know right away.
Absolutely.
Good. I believe it was the 12th of
December.
It was the 12th of December of last year, and you two ladies decided to go out for the evening. And you took your car.
Correct.
to a
club downtown.
And you were going to be drinking.
Yes.
So, according to you, you decided that you were going to be the drunk and she was going to be the sober driver. So far, is that correct?
Yes.
And when you got to the club, lo and behold, she decided also to be a
drunk.
Drunk. Now, when you were getting ready to leave, for whatever reason, you both decided that she was less drunk than you were, according to you.
It was just basically that it was predetermined that she would drive before we went, and so I drank freely because it was going to be her responsibility to make sure that we were home. And
that
when
sounds really responsible, so that you told her she had to drive.
Well, I have a prior. I do have a DWI, and so I don't do it. And so if I'm going to go out, I'm going to make sure that I have a way home.
And that you never drink and drive, correct?
I can't say...
Correct?
Not never. I don't want to lie. It's not never, but I...
Well, on this particular evening, you were committed not to drink and drive.
That's
right?
correct.
All right. In any event, it is your claim that when you left the club, she was driving.
Yes.
And she had an accident with your car.
Correct.
Causing several $1,000s worth of damage for which you want her to be responsible. That's generally your case.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
Trust me, it gets better. After you drove home with the now damaged car, Miss Bauer had to get back to her house, right?
Right. Actually...
And and she had left her car at your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did not want her to drive because she was too drunk. So you, ready? Drove her car back to her house. And you got pulled over for DUI. Miss Perlick, who wasn't going to drink and drive that night, because you were too smart. And Miss Bauer is counterclaiming because she says that because of you, that you drove her car home, she has had to get her car out of impound, and she has to now drive around with license plates that say that a drunken driver drives this car. DUI. Right?
Yep.
That's your counterclaim.
Yep.
Got it? Well, let me synthesize it for you, Bert, just in case you missed it. The two of them went out for an evening. They had made up before that the defendant was going to be the sober driver because Miss Perlick has a prior DWI and she likes to drink. Miss Bauer also decided to drink that night. So now it's time to go home, and they're both drunk. However, Miss Perlick says, well, we had a prior arrangement. Prior arrangement was that she was going to drive. And that, I don't care whether drunk or sober, she's going to drive.
She agreed.
She was agreed. It was a contract. So, according to Miss Perlick, Miss Bauer drove. Of course, Miss Bauer says she really wasn't driving, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
So, Miss Bauer then gets home to Miss Perlick's house. Now, she's got her car there.
Yeah.
There's an accident. Miss Perlick says, I won't let her drive home because she's drunk. So Miss Perlick decides, even though she was too drunk to drive her own car, she decides to drive Miss Bauer's car home.
Right, she's not
and
that
she's
drunk.
and she's driving like a snake in the road, and some very, very efficient, diligent, intuitive cop pulls her over and says, drunk, prior DUI, impound the car and put on DUI plates on the car. Ergo, her countersuit. Got it? Now, Bert, would you let these two people go out and fend for themselves and say to them, what are you bothering me for?
That would pretty much be my slant.
That would pretty much be my view. You acted like two morons, like two idiots, like half-baked nuts that night, the two of you, driving, drinking, putting other people's lives at risk, and then you come to a court and you say you fix it. Don't you feel stupid?
May I speak?
Oh, yes. I was hoping you would say, yes, I feel stupid. I'm sorry, Judge.
Oh.
Goodbye, but I'll be more than happy to listen to you, Miss Perlick. Go ahead.
I am beyond stupid, especially when I'm drunk, and I know that. And that's exactly why she was going to drive. When we left, She told me, no, I'm gonna drive. You're not supposed to drive. She seemed fine to me. She told me, don't call the cops. Don't get the insurance company involved. I will pay for everything. She came to me, Hannah, I am so sorry. Please let me pay you back. I said, okay, I let it go for a few months. My witness also came to me and said, you know what? She's running her mouth. She says, I don't have the money. I'm not gonna pay her back. Sure. That's why we're here. I'm not gonna deny that I'm stupid. I was ignorant. I shouldn't have driven that night. I was not given a DWI that night because I was not drunk. I got pulled over for going 3 miles over the speed limit coming off an off-ramp because she has a Grand Prix. I have a truck.
You told me you were too drunk to drive your own car home.
And then 3 hours later, sitting in front of my house after the accident had happened.
You got all sobered up.
Yes, very much.
How old are you?
I am 21 years old.
Miss Perlich, if you're 21 years old and have a prior DUI, then what you have to do is stop drinking. Stop drinking and stop fetching.
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't come and clog up the courts and bog down the courts with your nonsense. You both did the wrong thing that night. Deal with it. That's all. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 54 on the calendar in the matter of Barstow versus Mata. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Which one of the Mata girls? Is that you? You're the one who scratched his car?
Yes.
That's what the lawsuit is about, yours. You scratched your car with a can or something. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did you scratch his car?
I didn't do it on purpose. It was accidental.
Well, tell me how accidentally that happened.
Me and my friend Jessica Santa Cruz were walking down the street.
Speak up.
And we found a run-over Mountain Dew can.
A Mountain Dew can? You have to speak clearly so I can understand you. A Mountain Dew can, and what had happened to the Mountain Dew can?
It had been run over.
So it was flat?
Yes.
And where were you when you saw this flat Mountain Dew can?
I was on the sidewalk.
What did you do with it?
I picked it up.
Why?
Because we just...
Speak up.
Look at me.
We just picked it up just to play with it like a Frisbee.
So you were tossing it like a Frisbee?
Yes.
And what happened when you were tossing it like a Frisbee?
It hit Mr. Barstow's car.
So if it hit Mr. Barstow's car, are you responsible for any damage it did to his car?
Yes.
You are? Good. So you're responsible for the damage to Mr. Barstow's car?
Yes.
Good. That's easy. You're not responsible because it was an accident. It wasn't an accident that you threw the can like a Frisbee, right? You did that on purpose.
No, I had threw it to her.
No. You threw the can on purpose. It may have hit his car by accident, but you threw the can on purpose.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Barstow, I know, says that's not what happened. You were, in fact, making marks on his car.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what you saw.
It's Friday evening. I just had purchased the vehicle. It was only 4 days old. Got a call from a neighbor across the street, my daughter's friend, who witnessed it, called, said, hey, you better get out front. Somebody's vandalizing your car. Looked out the window. I seen her with the soda can. This is the soda can. It wasn't a Mountain Dew. It was a 7-Up can. I came downstairs. She was already out at the end of my driveway. I seen her drop the can. I went around the side of my car to look to make sure.
You have pictures of what your car looked
Yes,
like
Your Honor,
that
I
was
do.
4 days old?
Pictures and estimates.
Can I see the pictures first?
Then when I went outside and went around the side of my car in the front, she was already running down the street. I looked.
Okay, just a minute. That's somebody who scratched the car.
Yes, ma'am.
And your car was 4 days old?
Yes, ma'am.
Baloney, you scratched his car. Now, your parents may have believed the story about playing Frisbee and you just hit it. This wasn't just hitting his car. These are scratches intentionally made on his car. Do you understand that, madam? I make myself clear?
Yes.
So your mother and father may have believed this baloney story that you told. I do not believe it. You know why I don't believe it? Because it's not true. So when you saw her do the damage to the car, you chased after her.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what their complaint is, because they say you chased after her. And in addition to chasing after her, they say you threw a rock at her.
No, ma'am.
Of course not.
No.
You didn't throw a rock at her. She may have told her parents you threw a rock at her. Right?
No.
Well, who told your parents that they threw a rock at you?
My witness, Jessica Santa Cruz.
The one who's going to lie to me and tell me that it was all an accident when you were playing Frisbee with the bottle. Is that right? Is that what you're going to tell me? I don't even want to hear you. Because it's a lie. Right? Yeah, it is. Because she scratched his car. Because this man didn't scratch his 4-day-old car. She scratched the car. You think, Mr. and Mrs. Maida, that this man scratched his 4-day-old car?
Yes, I do think he scratched his own car.
Are you on any kind of medication?
No, I'm not.
I want to tell you something. He did not scratch his own car.
He's done it before, ma'am.
He did not scratch his own car, sir.
Okay.
And if he chased your daughter, she deserved it.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you, she deserved it. Even if what you told me was true, that she was playing Frisbee near enough to his car so that it hit his car, then she ran away, what would you think he should do? Not chase her? I don't believe he threw a rock at her. That's ridiculous.
Well,
That's ridiculous.
We have a statement where everything happened at another witness's house where she rolled up.
I'm not interested in a statement. Listen to me very carefully. Let me tell you something. I don't read statements. I hear witnesses. I look at them. I watch them. I watch their body English. I listen to human experience. Human experience tells me the following. It tells me that a man, not a woman either, but especially a man, does not get a car that's 4 days old and go out and put scratches all over it for sport. Do you work, by the way?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
An aerospace worker.
And how long have you been an aerospace worker?
20 years, Your Honor.
You work for how many companies?
One company, Your Honor.
One company, which means that he's not a lunatic. Lunatic might get a new car and go out and scratch it up, but not somebody who's been working in an aerospace industry for 20 years at the same job. A teenager might, for some reason, decide to vandalize his car and then run away, which is exactly what your daughter did. She vandalized her car, with or without this little other fibber over here, and then, when she got caught, she started to run, and he chased her. Now, that's your counterclaim, because he traumatized her by chasing her, right?
And he used profanity and threw a rock at her.
He didn't throw a rock at her.
Yes, he did.
I don't believe you. I want somebody here today to testify before me. Don't show me a statement. I'm not interested in your statements.
This is from the other court.
Listen to me for a minute, Mr. Maida.
All righty.
I don't hear hearsay. I want a witness who saw him throw a rock at her that day. Do you have that witness here? You? Did you see it? Mm-hmm. Stand up. You. Sit down. Name?
Jessica Santa Cruz.
Jessica, what were you doing with the can?
Throwing it like a Frisbee.
Right. And how did his car get scratched?
I accidentally hit his car.
How many times?
We threw it 3 times.
You threw it and it hit his car 3 times? Is that right? How come she didn't tell me that? So you threw it 3 times. I don't care if she's crying or not. She wants a lie, she's got to cry.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
when you had her sign this, you knew it was a lie.
I assume that when she signed it, she read it.
You knew it was a lie, Mr. Weiss.
I didn't know it was a lie, Your Honor.
You had to have known, sir. You're not going to weasel out of it.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Stephen Barstow claims 13-year-old Gina Mata scratched his truck with an aluminum can. Gina claims Stephen threw a rock at her.
After you scratched his car 3 times by throwing the Frisbee 3 times at his car, tell me about when he threw a rock at her.
When, he came outside on the phone, and, he threw the phone on the floor, and then he started running. He tripped, and he picked up a rock, and he started running after her, and he chucked it at her.
What is it about Mr. Barstow that you and your friend didn't like that you hit his car 3 times?
I don't...
What is it about him?
He's never done nothing to me.
What about to her?
Nothing.
So why did you choose his car?
We did it.
You hit his car 3 times, madam, according to you. She hit his car 3 times. No. Once is by accident. Twice is on purpose. 3 times is vandalism. Did you know that they hit his car 3 times?
No, I didn't.
Now you know, according to her. Not once by accident. 3 times your daughter hit his car. Let me see the estimates. Now sit down. How much is it going to cost you to repaint your car?
Cheapest estimate, I believe, is a little over $1,300, and the most expensive one was $1,416.
$1,300. That's what he gets. Your daughter did exactly 100% the wrong thing. And if you had listened and questioned your daughter a little more carefully, you would have found out that they vandalized his car on purpose. Once is an accident. 3 times is on purpose. And if he chased her, that is exactly what he should have done. So your counterclaim is dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,300. That's all. Step out.
Ah, man. Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thought she was fair and everything worked out.
It was windy, and we had scooted over, and it had hit his truck.
By accident.
I have no idea why the girl did that.
Things happen, and unfortunately, this is the way it had to end up.
The justice system is still fair.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Schroeder versus Weiss. Step forward, please.
29-year-old business owner Angela Schroeder is suing her former personal trainer, 27-year-old Matt Weiss, for a refund of his fee. Angela claims Matt's services were second-rate.
Ms. Schroeder, according to what I read, you hired the defendant to give you some assistance and some direction with some training and nutrition.
Yes.
And you bought a series of sessions from him?
Yes.
You were dissatisfied after 2 sessions, say he didn't deliver what he promised. You want the rest of your money back?
Yes.
And Mr. Weiss?
Weiss, Your Honor.
Says he doesn't give money back.
That's correct, Your Honor.
That's correct.
Good. That's why we're here. How did you find him? When did you find him? And what did you sign up for?
Well, I called a local gym in the town, and they referred me to him because apparently he works out of their gym. And so I called him up. We made an appointment. I went in and had a consultation with him.
In the gym?
Yeah, at the gym.
Did he give you any printed literature?
Well, in our consultation, he said that he would set up an eating program, a workout program, and he said that he would have that the next time that I came.
Okay. How many sessions did you sign up for?
15 sessions.
Did you sign a contract?
No.
She signed a waiver, Your Honor.
I'd like to see what she signed.
Yes, Your Honor. There you are, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I did not get a copy of that, by the way.
Just a second.
Just a standard new client consultation questionnaire.
I just want to see where she signed it. Okay.
The 3rd page.
Sure. Okay. What was the date of your consultation?
Friday 14th, the 14th of February.
When did you call him?
I'm not sure. It was
Do you remember?
a couple days
yes,
before
Your Honor.
that.
Originally, she called on the 5th of February. We had an appointment scheduled for the 7th of February that she didn't show up for. I called her back. Then she called me and rescheduled for the 14th.
Okay. And what was the conversation that you had with her, if you remember, on the telephone before the consultation?
Before the consultation, we just set up a time to meet.
Right.
And she said she wanted a personal trainer to meet her at the gym and to show her how to work out upper body and lower body. And so we set that time, and during the consultation is when we went over.
So let me give you some advice, Mr. Weiss. This is valueless. Absolutely without value. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
This is a release and waiver of liability, which she signed on the 14th, on the day that she came in to see you.
That's correct.
You had no previous conversation with her, is that right? Other than to set up an appointment?
That's correct.
Okay, so when you had her sign this statement, I have consulted with my personal physician and have, with the advice of my personal physician, determined that I am medically able to engage in strenuous exercise and a nutritional support program designed by QCFitness.com. You knew that was a lie.
No, Your Honor.
Of course! You had to know that was a lie, Mr. Weiss. You're not going to get around me. You had to know that when you had her sign this waiver, she never consulted with a doctor about the kind of physical program you were going to set up for her.
Before I had her sign that, Your Honor, we did discuss her medical issues. And
that's not what it says, Mr. Weiss. What it says is, I have consulted my personal physician, and with my personal physician's advice, and I'm paraphrasing, I am medically cleared to engage in the strenuous exercise of the program designed by QC Fitness. When you had her sign this, you knew it was a lie.
I assume that when she signed it, she read it, Your Honor. So I assume
when you had her sign it, you knew it was a lie, Mr. Weiss.
I didn't know it was a lie, Your Honor.
You had to have known, sir. You're not going to weasel out of it. She did not consult a physician because you never told her to consult a physician. You didn't say to her, before you come in to see me for a consult, I want you to go for a physical by your doctor to make sure that you are able to participate in strenuous physical exercise and a nutritional program. You never said that to her.
No, Your Honor.
Of course not. Okay. So you can take this back to him. You can take it and throw it in the garbage. Now, you were supposed to set up a nutritional program for the plaintiff, Mr. Weiss. According to her, you never provided her in the first 2 sessions with a diet or menu. Is that correct?
What I did, Your Honor...
No,
I did not, Your Honor.
Now, you were supposed to have done that.
Can I explain what I did, Your Honor?
Sure.
During the consultation, I made some recommendations for her and did write those down for her.
And did not give them to me.
And I provided her with a blank food log to keep track of her food for the next week or two so I could see what her actual intake was. Off of that is what I designed nutritional programs off of, and I did not receive that back from her, Your Honor.
He did not give it to me.
Listen to me. That's baloney. If you're going to provide someone with nutrition, what you do is you don't say to them, you eat the way you want to eat for a couple of weeks. Have all the chocolate layer cake you want, all the creme brulee, all the pasta and sauce, all the potatoes you want with sour cream and chives. And once I take a look at that, I'm going to tell you that that's not good for you, Mr. Weiss. Where did you go to school?
I understand, Your Honor.
Good. Then what you didn't do is you didn't do in the first 2 sessions what you promised to do, because if you were doing weight training on her or training so that she wanted a slimmer figure, and she's home eating 2 frosted Krispy Kremes and a hot fudge sundae and angel food, she's not going to lose any weight, and I don't care if you work with her for an hour or 2 hours every day. It's just not going to happen. So you didn't do the right thing. And what I don't understand, Mr. Weiss, is if you're in business and she participated in 2 sessions with you, she says she only got half a session each time.
That's
Once
correct.
you were on the phone with your girlfriend for half an hour.
That's incorrect, Your Honor.
No,
Just a second. Did you tell her that you were going to have to take a phone call from your girlfriend while you were involved in a session from her?
I did ask her if it was okay if I carried my cell phone in case my girlfriend called. I had sent her a singing Valentine, and I just wanted to say Happy Valentine's Day. But she did never
You say
call.
Happy Valentine's Day after the session.
I asked her, Your Honor. She said it was okay. That's why I asked her first.
What was I supposed to say?
Just a second. Before you send your girlfriend the singing Valentine, you give her diet, because you got paid for it already. When you have a consult, you had to fill out a lot of forms, many of the questions which were a lie. Certainly the affidavit at the end of it was a lie. Before I wasted my time with a bunch of lies, I would have said to her, give me an idea of what you eat for breakfast. Give me an idea of what you eat for lunch, and give me an idea of what you eat for dinner. I think that until I see you again, why don't you try having a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast and an apple? And for lunch, have some tuna salad with some light mayonnaise. Have some fish for dinner with some vegetables. And then I may give you a more detailed one
Your Honor,
before.
that's
Did you
what I
give her
did.
that? Did you give her that?
Yes, I
He
did.
wrote it down, but he didn't give it to me.
I gave her a copy of it.
Oh, really?
He did not
She says
give me
you
a
didn't.
copy of it.
She says you did not give her a copy.
I did give her a copy
He
of
did
the
write
sheet.
stuff down, but he didn't give it to me.
Sure.
Just the back of the sheet here.
He said he would email it. He said he would write it up, like type it up on the email and send it to me.
And send it to you?
Yes.
And did he ever do that?
No.
He's busy sending Valentines.
Yes.
Listen, Mr. Weiss, if you're in business and you have a dissatisfied customer, let me tell you what you do. After 2 sessions, you cut your losses. She paid you how much?
I paid $599 and...
And what she wants after 2 sessions, because you didn't deliver, she says you never sent her a diet, and that was after the 2nd session. This is not a diet. Okay? Then what you do if you're in business, and if you're a smart businessman, you say, I'm sorry, I'm returning your money to you.
Your Honor, she never told me she was unhappy with the personal training or nutritional program.
No, you think when she served you with a summons, what did you think she wanted to do? Go on a date? Is there anything that she signed that says that she can't get her money back?
On my price list, Your Honor, it says non-refundable, non-transferable, but she did not sign that, Your Honor.
Then you have no case, sir. You owe her $520. I'd taken off for the 2 sessions she took, even though you spoke to your girlfriend and wished her happy Valentine's. I suggest the next time you set up a business, sir, you get better legal advice. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $520. Goodbye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please excuse you may step out. Yeah, this is case number 55 on the calendar in the matter of Vasquez versus Salva. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Vasquez, you and the defendant are sort of neighbors.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a home,
Yes, ma'am.
and you live on top of a hill.
Sort of, yes, ma'am.
Defendant's home is sort of at the bottom of the hill.
Yes, ma'am.
According to what I've read in your complaint, your home has a swimming pool.
That's correct.
And you decided to drain your swimming pool.
That's correct.
And the defendant came to you and told you that the water, which you knew was going downhill,
Yes, ma'am.
had damaged her home. How had it damaged your home?
It flooded my back porch, my septic tank, and went right in my back door and flooded the carpet.
And when Mrs. Salva came to you, did you go and look at the damage?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you see the wet carpet?
Yes, ma'am.
And you, of course, agreed to pay for the damage.
Yes, ma'am.
How much did you pay her for the damage?
$225 for the draining of both septic tanks and $261 for replacing the carpet and padding. $40 for someone to come down and put it in, a friend of mine. That was all.
Okay. Now, tell me why you want that money back, plus additional money for aggravation.
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to get recompensated back because of the fact that Mr. Stringfellow that sits here, this is Billy Stringfellow, the biological dad of the young gentleman that's over here. The young gentleman went to his house.
So your son went to his father's house. This is your ex-husband.
Yes.
And
told Mr. Stringfellow that that it was not so what took place. So they both drove to my house.
They came to your house. Who came to your house? Mr. Stringfellow and his son.
The young boy.
Step up, sir. Tell me what you told Mr. Vasquez.
I told Mr. Vasquez that my son told me that they had flooded their own stuff out there and had got raw sewage from the yard and put it to the carpet. That's what my son was telling me, and the young was telling the truth about it.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
And so, what did you do?
I told Mr. Vasquez that he was defrauded.
Okay. What's your son's name?
Mitchell.
Mitchell, come up here, Mitchell. That's why you want your money back.
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you, Mitchell?
12.
You know who I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you nervous today?
Yes, ma'am.
You look a little nervous today, Mitchell. Do you go to school?
Yes, ma'am.
What grade are you in?
5th.
Do you do well in school?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
I've had a few problems here in school.
What kind of problems, Mitchell?
Grade problems.
You have any problems at home?
Um,
Look at me.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what kind of problems you have at home.
I get yelled at a lot.
By your mom?
By Robert. He's my dad. Well, my stepdad.
How long has your mom been married to Robert?
I think 5 years.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have a sister.
How old is your sister?
11.
Any other children in the house?
Wesley.
How old is Wesley?
12.
And is Wesley Robert's son?
Yes.
Do they get yelled at too?
I don't see them get yelled at a lot.
You don't see them getting yelled at. You get yelled at more.
Yes.
Any reason for that, you think?
No.
Have you talked to your mom about that?
Yes, actually I have.
What does she say?
Sometimes she won't listen, and sometimes she does.
Okay. You know anything about this problem that happened because of the flooding in your house?
Yes.
You want to tell me about it? You want to tell me about it privately, or you want to tell me about it here?
We could do it privately.
Then let's do it privately. Come on in the back.
Order.
Miss Salva, it is your claim that the damage that was caused by this flooding. And I see from your papers that you have a videotape of that.
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see the videotape.
This is the neighbor's pump that's draining their pool, and it's just flowing in our yard and the neighbor's yard. It smells horrible out here. He has done flooded both of our septic tanks. You see, it is overflowed, running all on my back porch, all the way to my pool step area, down to my driveway, all the way back over here. This is the second septic tank that is overflowed, which has run all the way up into the house.
So losing both my septic tanks are overflowing.
flooded. Run all over my yard.
Bert, stop it there, please. Would
We
you
tried
please? Stop it there. And I want you to back it up a little bit, please. Back it up about 5 seconds. Keep going, 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 keep going. Now, I want you to stop it right there. Thank you. You've been married 5 years, Miss Salva?
Yes, ma'am.
You have 2 children?
Yes, ma'am.
Your husband has 1 child.
Yes, ma'am.
You punish your children by hitting them with a belt?
No, ma'am, I do not.
I want you to pay very careful attention to me, Miss Salva. When I ask you a question, I expect a truthful answer. If I don't get a truthful answer from you, you're in serious trouble. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Does your husband, Robert, punish the children with a belt?
No, ma'am, he doesn't.
I don't believe you.
He doesn't.
I don't believe you. Was your son living with his father for some time last year?
For about 2 months.
Why was he living with his father?
He was stealing and sneaking out at night, and that was just a last resort to try to straighten him out, and that didn't work.
Explain to me why it didn't work.
His father had went out of town and left him there for I don't know how long without any supervision. So I went and picked him up.
Did you go out of town, sir?
No, ma'am, I didn't go out of town. I was at home. She went and took the young'un out of school, didn't call me, didn't do nothing, and it costed me new uniforms, new everything. She didn't call me, didn't say nothing. She just come picked him up. 2 weeks, or he didn't even go to school. And my daughter, she hadn't been in school in over a year.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. She's
Why is that?
homeschooled. She, well...
She's homeschooled by whom?
By me.
What college did you graduate from?
I went to the George County Occupational Training Center, but I did not graduate.
What university did you graduate from?
I did not graduate
Then
from
how are you homeschooling your children?
It's just one that I homeschool.
Why?
Because 2 years ago when she went to his house for the weekend, she was in a very bad wreck and flipped 5 times, and she has problems from that.
And you've been told to homeschool her?
No,
or you
ma'am.
decided to homeschool her?
That was my choice.
Right. Miss Alva, I'm going to make some suggestions to you, and I want you to take them to heart. Your primary responsibility is to your 2 children. Your primary responsibility is to see to it that your 2 children are raised with a reasonable moral code, that they don't see their parents being involved in lying or cheating or stealing. That's your primary responsibility. And your husband, Robert, it is not his responsibility to corporally punish your children. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this young man I find to be a charming young man. Bright, very likable. He has the potential to be a nice young man. You and your family are screwing that up. You see that spot?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a dry spot.
It had already
That's
been
a
swept
dry
away.
spot. That's a dry spot that was there before your husband forced your son to take a hose and flood the inside of your house. Now, that doesn't mean, Mr. Vasquez, that there wasn't a lot of damage done by your pool. It's clear to me, based on these photographs, that your pool drainage did some damage. Next time you'll figure out some other way to drain your pool. That's not the point here. I don't know what motivated you to pit your son against his mother
Yes, ma'am.
and his stepfather, which may have ramifications. I'm going to give you some advice about that in a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I will see to it that a call is made to Child Protective Services where you live to monitor your home. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to see to it that there are no ramifications to this child or any other child in your house as a result of what happened today. So the call is going to be made by me to Child Protective Services where you live to come out and take a look at what's going on in your house. But I think it was a mistake on your part, sir, to put your son in the middle. It was a mistake.
It had to be done. It had to be done.
No.
And,
It didn't have to be done that way. Listen to me. Your son was living with his mother and his stepfather. Stepfather who, according to your son, uses corporal punishment as a way of punishing both himself and his sibling. Now, prior to Robert corporally punishing the children with a belt, she did. Now, I didn't ask about you.
I don't.
He seemed to be very happy when he was living with you, and he doesn't know why his mother came and took him away. You pay his mother child support?
No, he does not.
Oh, Miss Judy.
I asked you a question.
No,
That
ma'am.
requires a yes or a no.
Ma'am. No, ma'am. But them young's needs on my part gets anything that can be
Don't give me talk.
Yes, ma'am.
Money.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you pay. Money to take care of your children. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because let me explain to you what happens if you don't do that. Listen to me carefully. What happens is her husband feels as if he's supporting your children, which gives him license to hit them with a belt. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you start paying support. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
we were supposed to get married. He acknowledged me as his fiancé.
When he said, meet me at Rimworld, why didn't you say, meet me at the jeweler?
I should have. I should have.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. William Vasquez claims neighbor Betty Salva owes for the cost to repair flood damage to her home. William says Betty conned him into thinking he was at fault.
May I say something, please?
Yes.
There's also a three-year-old little girl that lives there. Also, I don't think she told you about. That
I didn't hear about any 3-year-old little girl. He didn't tell me about a 3-year-old little girl.
Custody of her.
Whose child is that?
It's my brother's daughter, and I've had her since the day she was born.
Well, I looked over my fence and I seen the child out there unsupervised around the pool area, no supervision, for 10 minutes.
No.
Mr. Vasquez, this is what I'm telling you, sir. I'm not giving you any money back. You did the wrong thing. You drained your pool into a place and it made a mess in their house. They don't have to have a mess in their house, and I am not an engineer, so I'm not going to be able to say what damage your pool did and what damage they did themselves in order to enhance the claim. I can't separate that. What I can tell these people is something is not right, and the advantage of having this case heard today is that I am going to get a team of social workers out to her house to see what's going on there. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. Step out.
Excuse me, step out.
I feel like she's doing the right thing by having someone look after the young one.
I don't like the way that he upset my son. My son said things because he was very scared of him, and he has been abuseful in the past.
I'm going to do everything I can to get that child away from her.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Hervey versus Hill. Step forward, please.
Caregiver Keith Hervey Sr. is suing his ex-lover, 24-year-old student Jamie Hill, for an unpaid loan for rims and a car stereo.
Mr. Hervey, how long was the defendant your girlfriend?
For about 7 years.
7 years?
7 to 8 years, ma'am.
Your complaint is that you made a loan to her, right. And the loan was for new rims for her car,
right,
and a stereo for her car.
Yes, ma'am.
And those new rims and stereo cost $2,500.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Hill says she doesn't give a rat's behind about rims, and she doesn't care if she's got AM or FM. Rims and stereos are a guy thing. You made her a present. You wanted her to have a hot-looking car. This was a gift. She doesn't owe you anything. As a matter of fact, she would let you take the things back, except that she would have to replace what was taken off the car. Is that right?
Yes.
So tell me, when you made this loan to Miss Hill?
July the 14th.
Well, tell me about that. Why would you do that? Did you come into some money?
Yeah, my family, we sued tires on June the 8th. We sued for $25 million, ma'am.
And so how much money did you collect?
$40,000, ma'am.
You got $40,000. You had a whole lot of money.
Yes, ma'am.
And she was your girlfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
What'd you buy yourself?
I bought me a 1999 Suburban.
And at the same time that you got yourself a Suburban,
yes, ma'am,
did you get the rims and stereo for her car?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have anything put in your Suburban? At the same time, some additional stuff put in your Suburban?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not looking good for you, Mr. Hervey. So I'm going to let you very, very quickly, because I have other things to do today.
Yes, ma'am.
You tell me this agreement that you made with your girlfriend of 7 years.
Okay. First of all...
Not first of all, just tell me about the agreement.
Oh, the agreement was made when she get her taxes back and her school check. She'll pay me my money back. That was the agreement we had made. Then when we ended up breaking up October the 2nd, and I found a new girlfriend, she had came by my house and threatened me that she'd cut my tires up on my Suburban. And so when she left, she called back again, threatened me, saying that I'm not going to get anything back. That's when I put in that complaint on March the 3rd.
Go.
Mr. Hervey gave me these things as a gift. When he received that $40,000, that was his part of giving me something out of the money. I never asked him to buy these things for me. That was what he wanted to do. I never went to Mr. Hervey and threatened Mr. Hervey.
I don't care about the threats. I just want to hear about the rims.
Okay, he called me on July 24th and told me to meet him at Rim World. And when I met him, Rim World. I didn't even know how to get there. When I met him, he called me, he told me how to get there. And he told me, pick out the rims that you want. And see, I told him, you know, quit blowing all this money. I didn't even ask for these things. I said, we were supposed to get married. He acknowledged me as his fiancé. And I have papers here on his insurance acknowledged me as his fiancé.
Listen to me. First of all, Mr. Hervey, I listened to you.
Yes, ma'am.
If it wasn't a present, it should have been a present. 7, 8 years, and then you found another girlfriend. You should have said, forget it, take your rims and stereo. But it probably was a little bit of puffing. You got some money, you bought yourself a big new car, you put something in her car. Miss Hill, what I don't understand about you is, when he said, meet me at Rim World, why didn't you say, meet me at the jeweler?
I should have.
He acknowledged you as his fiancé?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where is the ring he bought you?
Oh, he didn't buy me a ring.
That's what he considered a rim. Mr. Hervey.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you bothering with this, sir? If you got money, $40,000, is that the biggest amount of money that you've ever gotten?
Well, yes.
Why would you go out and blow the whole thing on a car?
Well, at the time, that's what I wanted.
I understand that's what you wanted. How old are you?
I'm 39.
Mr. Hervey, at 39, that's not all that you're supposed to want. Sir,
yes, ma'am.
If you get $40,000, put your hand down. That's a lot of money. You take some, you put it away, you put it in the bank, you invest it, you put it in a CD. You don't blow it all on rims and stereos and a big car. That's something that a 20-year-old does, not somebody who's 40. And 39 is really close to 40.
Right.
Understand? Your case is dismissed. Goodbye and good luck.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 36 on the calendar in the matter of Reese versus Harden. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Miss Reese, according to what I've read, you were riding your horse. Along with you was your son. I assume this was the son who's going to sit up straight and put his feet together. Your son who was riding an all-terrain vehicle, and your 2 dogs. And it is your claim that while you were on this ride, the defendant assaulted you, your son, your horse. I don't know about the dogs. I don't think he assaulted the dogs, although he tried to take one of the dogs. Mr. Harden says you were trespassing on his property. You've been told before that this was private property, and that you and or your son assaulted him. And you have a counterclaim. Where is this property located?
In Phelan, California. I have pictures to give you a mindset.
Okay.
And here's a couple aerials. And you can, it's plainly marked of the wash.
Go ahead, Miss Reyes.
I was riding my horse. My son follows me on his quad. My 2 dogs, they always go with us. We went down into the wash, and I saw this man standing in the middle of the wash. So I slowed my horse down. I went to ask him if he needed any help, because New Year's Day, everybody was out riding their bikes and motorcycles and all that stuff. And I figured he ran out of gas, couldn't get started. So I was going to actually ask him if he needed assistance. And he started pointing at me and yelling at me that, I talked to you before, I talked to you before. I go, no, you've never spoke to me before. And he's going, well, this is private property. You know this is private property. I'm going, no, I don't know that this is private property, because it's a waterway. He goes on and tells me that he doesn't appreciate people riding through his property, and especially with dogs that are off lead. I'm going, don't be an... We live out here in Booneyville. And that provoked him, and he lost his temper, and he started screaming at me, saying that he politely informed me that I was riding on his private property and that he didn't appreciate it. And just to get out of it, I just nudged my horse and I went to walk off, just to leave, let him go. And he pulls back his arm. He's losing total control. He pulls back his arm, trying to strike me. I'm on top of the horse, can't hit me. So he picks up rocks and sand and throws it at me. I duck into the horse. The rocks and sand hit my horse's butt and the back of my back of my head. And so my son and I are riding off, and I have a ding-dong dog. She doesn't have a violent bone in her body, flipping over at his feet so he can scratch her belly. And I'm hollering at her, and she won't come because she thinks she's going to get some attention. So he scoops her up and starts walking to his house. And my son and I are still riding off. I go, fine, keep her, I don't like her anyway. Figuring that, okay, he'd just drop her and the whole incident would be over. He didn't. So I had to turn my horse around, go running back. My horse won't go near the person because he's scared. So I'm kicking my horse, trying to get to the dog to get the dog out of this man's hands. So I'm leaning off the horse, 14-hand horse isn't that tall, and I'm grabbing the scruff of my dog, and he's trying to hit me still. And
he was walking away. What do you mean he's trying to hit you still?
Okay, he's trying to hold the dog, and he's trying to hit me off so I can't get the dog. So I'm trying to get my dog because he's already said that his dogs will take care of my dog. As I'm riding off, that's why I turned around. And so he put down to the dog and grabbed my son and said, fine, I'll take him instead. Had him in a chokehold up off the ground. And his wife shows up behind him, says, I have it all on videotape. I says, well, you better have this on tape. And I'm yelling at her to help me to get this man to let go of my son. And she's yelling at him, let him go, you'll lose your son. And so he let my son go. And Mr. Harden grabbed the bit of my horse. The horse reared up, fell over, landing on my leg. I was able to step off the horse landing on my leg. The horse got up. Don't ask me how, but I was still on him. And we just got out of there. Now, we were riding out of the wash, and I ride with a cell phone, so I called my husband. My husband called the police. We live way back in, so I had the police officer meet me on the corner.
Do you have a police report?
No, they would not release it to any of us. We all tried because of the minor in the police report.
Okay, Mr. Harden, why don't you tell me your version of what happened?
Well, ma'am, of January 1st of this year, my wife and I was working out in our front yard. I heard first a motorbike back in my property. I have 8 acres, and I looked up, and I seen a helmeted rider going down through that wash. So I decided to go. I thought it was the boys down there riding, tearing up my land down there. So I walked down to the middle of the wash, and I stood waiting to see if there were going to be other riders coming through, or if that rider was going to come back through, so that I could tell him, you know, that this is private property. As I was waiting, I saw this horse rider galloping along that back end of that wash. I'm still in the middle of the field down there, so I continued to walk down to the end of that part of the field to my property line. I met Mrs. Reese there, right at my property line on that sandy area. When she first walked up, was actually galloping, I put my hand up like this. And she just kind of slowed down, and then she got right up with me. I could see her a little better, and I said, haven't we talked before? And she's like, no. And I'm like, well, did you know that this is private property? She's like, so? She's like, you don't have a sign up here. And I was like, well.
You're yelling at me, and
just don't interrupt him.
So I says, well, I'm telling you, this is private property. You need to turn around and come back the way you came. She says, no, I don't have to. And she starts to ride on through me, just ride on through me. So I'm just standing there. I step to the side. As she's walking by me, she says, you. And so I stood there and I says, well, why am I? And you're trespassing on my property. She takes about another 10 steps, a few more yards, turns the horse around, says, you. And charged me. First she kicked the horse, she yelled, yah, and charged me. I stood there. When the horse got within an arm's length of me, I jumped to the side and grabbed the horse's reins. When I grabbed the horse's reins, she kicked at me twice. The second time she kicked at me, I let go of the horse's reins. At this time, her son drives up on his ATV. When he drives up on the ATV, she yells at him, run his over, kick his. And so I looked at Trevor, because she's yelling his name, that's how I knew his name. I looked at Trevor, he looked at me, and he didn't make a move. That's when she decided to still continue through my property. When she did that, there was some dogs there. One of the dogs stood by me, didn't lay on his back or anything, he just stood there on all fours next to me as they're leaving. I picked the dog up, and I hear her yelling, you can have the dog. So I just continue to walk. I never turned around. All of a sudden, I hear the galloping, and I hear her galloping her horse. I still didn't turn around. She comes and she hits me on the side of my shoulder with her horse. Then she starts grabbing at the dog. At first, I didn't want to let the dog go, so I started turning around. Then she went down, she hit me again, she kicked me, and then she grabbed the horse or the dog by its ears and its head. When she did that, I released the dog because I thought I feared for the dog, and I feared for my safety too, because, you know, that could really hurt a dog.
Whatever.
So I let the dog go. When I let the dog go, I told her right then, I said, you're trespassing, I want you to get off my property right now. She says, I don't have to, I have every right to be here. Then her son, Trevor, comes up again, gets off his motorbike, and starts walking over towards me. As he's walking towards me, she starts yelling, "Kick him in the Trevor, kick his." And when Trevor gets about this far from me, I says, "Trevor, I'm a professional martial artist." She yells out, "He's a martial artist too, kick his."
Trevor, I want you to come up here, Trevor, right here, right near where Bird is.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I'm asking you a question, and I expect the truth. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't want me to embarrass you.
No, ma'am.
I have the ability to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patricia Reese claims neighbors Freeman and Laura Harden assaulted her and her son. The Hardens claim Patricia and her son were trespassing.
So I have a couple of questions for you, Trevor. I want you to think really hard. You remember that day?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times did your mother curse that day?
I do not
Look at me and answer my question. How many times? And I want you to just remember, I'm asking you a question and I expect the truth. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't want me to embarrass you.
No, ma'am.
I have the ability to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
How many times did you hear your mother curse that day?
About 4, 5.
Okay. And what curse words did she use? How many times had you been on that particular property riding with your mother before?
Several times.
On your ATV?
Yes, behind the horse.
And it wasn't your intention to have a confrontation with anybody that day?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you were out just for a pleasant ride?
Yes, ma'am.
When your mother started to curse at Mr. Harden, did you tell her not to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times did you tell your mother not to curse at Mr. Harden?
The first couple.
What did you say to your mother?
I was like, "Mom, come on, let's just get out of here. Let's go. It's over."
Mr. Harden hadn't cursed at your mother before she cursed at him. Isn't that right?
I don't know, ma'am.
You didn't hear him?
No, ma'am. I had to turn around on the road.
You didn't hear Mr. Harden curse at your mother before she cursed at him?
Before, no.
Why don't you go have a seat?
May I add something, please?
Nothing. How old are you?
39.
If you live to be as old as I am, you're not going to be as smart as I am.
He had him in the chokehold when I told him
Pay
to
careful attention to what I'm saying to you, madam. You behaved badly.
I was protecting my son and my dog.
No, you instigated an incident, Miss
How?
Reyes.
I don't understand how.
Well, if you don't understand how, at age 39,
I'm
madam,
in the middle of
I'm
Bernie's.
speaking!
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
You may say ma'am to me all you like and butter would melt in your mouth all you like. You instigated a situation with your son present because you have a big, fresh, filthy mouth that you opened up to somebody who may have been overreacting because somebody was trespassing on his property. And he came out to you and he said, "You're trespassing on my property." Now, the correct response to that is, "I didn't know this was private property."
And I did try to leave.
You pay careful attention to me, madam. You opened up a big, fresh, filthy mouth to him. That's what you did. And anybody, the advantage of sitting on a horse, goes to grab their dog, you say, by the bottom part of the throat. He says by the top. You're sitting, I assume, on a big horse.
No, 14.
You sitting on a pony?
Just about, yes.
Can I see your film, please?
You sure may.
I just want to see if this is a pony. That's all I want to see.
He's
Let me see
14
this
too.
pony. I don't want to hear from you.
Are you hitting my husband? Hold on, honey. Hey, I've got this all on video. You guys need to knock it off. Freeman, don't. I'm recording.
You can't. It's the law to have your dogs on a leash. It's the law.
Freeman, your dogs have to be on a leash because they're not under voice control when you are on a horse. And no, I'm telling you that. I'm recording. They have to be on a leash. That's the law. Brianna, I'm recording her.
Good.
You can sue her.
And that's where I'm leaving. That's the very first incident
All I
when I'm
hear you do
leaving.
is screaming. All I hear you do is screaming. I can't make out what you're saying, but I hear you screaming.
Surely not cuss words?
Madam, are you saying to me that your son was lying to me?
I did not call him the word, and I did.
Are you saying to me that your son was lying to me?
No, I'm not saying I didn't
Miss
cuss
Reyes,
at all.
Miss Reyes, you behaved badly. Stop complaining. How hurt were you?
I had some scratches on my
right.
back of my neck.
This whole incident.
I have county record that it is an easement.
Listen to me very
on record.
Listen to me very carefully, madam. You behaved
I'm not saying
badly. You behaved badly. You instigated an incident where none was necessary. Did you go to the doctor's office or did you go to the hospital?
I belonged to Kaiser. I went to Kaiser.
Did they keep you there?
No.
Did they keep your son there?
No.
Did you take your horse to a vet?
Yes, I did.
Did they keep your horse there?
No, they did not.
Good. Let me go back to you, Mr. Harden. Do you think that you behaved 100% appropriately that day?
Well, ma'am, I have spoken with her before, and I do, as far as the...
I believe that you probably did. Because according to her son, they've ridden on that property numerous times before. Okay? Unfortunately, the way I see your property line, you can start out going down a trail that has nothing to do with your property. Is that right?
Was other people's property.
Shh. Listen to me. I'm not talking about other people. You're not a monitor for everybody else.
Right.
You can start going along a trail that is not your property. In order to get to the other side, you have to pass through your property, and then it's either somebody else's property or county property. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what you did was this narrow strip was the strip she went on.
Yes,
all right?
ma'am.
Now, you could have handled that in a variety of ways. When she opened up her big, fresh mouth to you, what could you have done, Mr. Hart? You could have gone back into your house and called the police and made a complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes. She would have been gone by then.
Maybe.
And I had spoken with her on 2 other occasions.
So, Mr. Hart, was it worth it?
No, because we have been very traumatized by this whole situation because she filed a false police report on me, said that I pulled her down off of that horse, and I never pulled that horse down. I don't think it's physically possible for me to pull the horse down to the ground, whether it's right or on it. Also, ma'am, Trevor, like I said, Trevor kicked me, and he punched me, and I grabbed him. No. And when I grabbed him, and I was holding him, I didn't choke him. I never took him off the ground and choked him. I held him because I am a professional martial artist, and I'm responsible. I can be in a lot of trouble.
He was agitated, and his mother was hyping him up.
Yes.
Fortunately for Trevor, he at least went, and I didn't even want to get into the incident with him. It was bad enough that he had to tell me in front of his mother what he did. Tell me. Because that was, I assume, very unpleasant for him to have to tell me that. Isn't that right, Trevor?
Yes, ma'am.
Of course it was. So I'm not putting him in any further box because his mother acted badly. And whatever happened as a result of that, she deserves. Period. End of discussion. What I'm telling you, Mr. Harden, is what you have to do is you have to say, I wasn't injured. You weren't injured.
I had bruises. I didn't.
You weren't injured.
No, I wasn't injured.
You weren't injured.
Bruises.
So
I had those.
What I'm saying to you, Mr. Harden, is could you have handled this situation differently? When I'm talking to what I assume reasonably intelligent people who came across each other on an afternoon, the first of the year, New Year's Day, and could your actions that day have prevented a very, very unpleasant experience,
yes,
which the police refused to pursue, I assume?
Yes, they did refuse it. But they did come up to my house with the siren, and they were intending to arrest me.
They can't turn a siren on.
She drove them to my house.
Mrs. Reyes.
She drove them to my house, ma'am.
You have a bad temper, madam.
He's lying through his teeth.
Mrs. Reyes, you have a bad temper. And I don't believe that you've been 100% honest with me. I think.
The video showed 100% that I tried
The video showed a big horse, not a pony. That's what the video showed, a big horse.
Ask my son, he's 14 too.
I saw it. It's a big horse.
No.
It's not a pony.
I didn't say he was a pony. I'm saying he's 14 too.
What you said to me a moment ago was almost like a pony.
I never said pony. I said he's 14.
Mrs. Reyes, do you hear the groans? I don't want to hear any groans. You have no case. The case is dismissed. Mr. Harden should have acted a little bit differently that day. She clearly instigated this incident. And I don't think that anybody is entitled to any money, financial recovery from anybody else. And the police refuse to pursue this matter because they probably believe that you both behaved badly. So do I. Your case is dismissed, as is your counterclaim. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. Your Honor, this is case number 27 on the calendar in the matter of Smith versus Nicholas. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Smith, the defendant is your ex-husband, and you claim that he owes you a variety of things, bankruptcy filing fees and some money that you allegedly loaned to him. Mr. Nicholas says that you're a bit of a control freak, he just won't let it go, and he doesn't owe you a dime, right?
Correct.
When were you divorced?
April 11th of 2001.
You have children?
Yes, 2 of them.
Who do the children live with?
Me.
Does Mr. Nicholas have visitation with the children?
Yes, he does.
When?
When he feels like it. It's supposed to be every other weekend, but it hasn't been any kind of consistency since we divorced.
Your choice or his?
His choice.
How often do you see your children, Mr. Nicholas?
Not enough.
Your choice or hers?
Mostly her choice.
Sometimes yours?
There have been points in time where if I had to work on a Saturday and my son had a baseball game, then...
Gotcha. All right. Tell me what he owes you, why?
Okay. The first money is $80 he owes me for candy. Our son had a candy sale, and Omar had received 80 candy bars from me. 50 of them were ones he wanted, 30 of them were for his grandmother, who he resides with. Gave him the candy, he disappeared. When he came back, he had no job about 6-8 weeks later, and never gave me the money back.
Candy bars. Did you take them?
Yes, I did.
Did you pay for them?
No.
Okay, so you got to pay for your son's candy bars.
Well, I took them. I was a means of go-between. The candy was to go to my mother and my grandmother.
That's your job. She shouldn't have to go to your mother and your grandmother to get the money for them. $80.
No, they were the ones who were actually selling the candy.
Fine, get the money from them. $80. Candy bars. What's next?
On August 22nd of last year, he was to have the children for the weekend. His phone was disconnected. I am very nervous about my children being with him without a phone, so he asked me if I'd make a phone payment for him. I went down to the Sprint store and made an $80 payment. He was getting paid the next week, was supposed to pay me back. He was then fired about a week and a half later.
$80 phone payment. Do you owe her the money?
I don't believe so.
Why?
I never asked her to make the payment. She had called me at work Thursday prior to me receiving the kids on Friday and said, your phone's not on. How am I going to be able to get a hold of you during the weekend when you have the kids? I said, I don't know. Well, I'm going to go make the payment for you.
I believe that's probably how it happened. You don't owe her the money. It wasn't a loan. What's next? I'm going to take care of this really fast.
I understand. I mean, on the 17th of last year, of October of last year, after he had returned from being missing for about 6 weeks, he came to me and said that he needed his truck payment made, that he was going to have it repossessed. We made an agreement that I would go ahead and pay it. It was $485. I made it at a quick collect location. I even had to call him immediately to give him the MTC number, a tracking number, so that he could prove to them he made it. He never paid me back.
She made a payment, agreed upon me and her. If she made the payment, then I would drive to pick the children up and drop them off for an extended period of time.
Your Honor, his car was repossessed a week later. This was never...
How much child support were you paying?
Well, when I was working, it was being taken out of my check, and it was $455 a month.
But you had disappeared in October of 2002 for a while. Had you been working?
No.
In September?
No, I was laid off at the end of August.
So then you were not paying any child support?
Correct.
So not paying any child support for your 2 children, and in addition, you asked her to make a car payment for you.
That's incorrect. I did not ask her to make a payment. She said, knowing that I had been out of town for an extended period of time and was not employed, well, how are you paying your car payment? I said, well, I had not been for, the past 6 weeks.
How did she get the information, sir, that you can go to a quick cash place and take care of it?
I gave her the information.
Good. You gave her that information. Is that right?
That's right.
Good.
I never said that I would pay her back.
Listen to me carefully. Watch my mouth. I don't believe you. I believe you asked her to make the payment for you as a loan. $485.
And my ex-wife who divorced me is going to make a car payment for me that I asked her to?
Do you understand? No, it was a loan. No, she didn't do it as a gift. She did it as a loan. Next.
The last thing that I am asking for reimbursement on is I had to file bankruptcy. Omar, within our divorce, received a Mazda vehicle that was financed only in my name. He did not carry insurance on it. On July 11th...
Well, what genius judge gave him the Mazda vehicle in the divorce but kept your name on the loan?
No judge.
He couldn't get a loan for it, Your Honor. His credit was too bad.
What?
The judge in divorce gave me the Honda.
He took possession of the vehicle in January
Possession
when I
of what
left.
vehicle?
Of the Mazda. I have the divorce here. It says that he is responsible for this vehicle and that any possessions that we have at that time. We had everything already split
two
together.
cars. You had a Mazda and a Honda.
He had possession of both of them when we divorced.
Okay, and you were supposed to get which car?
I was supposed to receive neither. He was supposed to sell the Honda. He had a friend who was supposed to be buying the Honda. That didn't happen. It got repossessed.
Story time.
You gave him the Mazda, but you had the loan for the Mazda in your name?
Right, and what my...
Shh. Were you making the payments on the Mazda?
He was to make the payments, and he didn't make the payments.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
That means either you had very, very bad counsel. Did you have an attorney?
I had a paralegal that did it for me.
Well, not too swift. If you own a car and you give the car to somebody else, but you maintain your obligation to pay for it, you have to be smart enough to carry insurance on it, and you don't rely on him, as you did. You're going to pay for it, and you're going to keep it insured, and you're going to do all the other things that you're supposed to do as a responsible human being. Because I gather what happened is the car was in an accident?
Correct.
While you were driving it?
Correct.
So you just stopped making payments if you ever did make the payments on it, is that right?
In a roundabout way.
And you never carried insurance on it?
Correct.
You really are a prize.
Well, Your Honor, can I tell you what
prize.
happened?
Yeah, sure.
The vehicle was involved in an accident. I was cleared by the police as not being at fault. I gave Ms. Smith the police report so she could follow up on the owner of the vehicle.
Why is that her job?
Because it's in her name.
Let me tell you something. You're as thick as this table. Or you're just used to somebody else cleaning up after your mess.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Are these your only two children?
Yes, they are.
The greatest gift you can give your children is a sense of morality. I hope that they can get that from their mother, because based upon what you tell me, they're certainly not getting it from you.
And later today...
Yeah, we're engaged. I treated our relationship as if we were getting married. We
Listen
were
to
planning
me.
Our wedding.
Engaged is not married. And if you choose not to do that, don't bother me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Stacy Smith claims ex-husband Omar Nicholas owes for a series of unpaid loans. Omar claims Stacy gave him the money.
You're driving the car. You're getting the pleasure from it. You're in an accident, your fault or not. You were in the accident, not her. You have possession of the car. You were supposed to make the payments on the car. She was supposed to be absolved of those payments, and you say to her, I gave you the information. Follow up on it.
The
Honey,
payments have nothing to do with whether the fact that she had to file bankruptcy on it.
let me ask you this question, Mr. Wonderful. Who's responsible to the bank on the car?
The person who has the loan.
Don't be smart with me. Who would that be?
The person who bought the vehicle.
Her?
Correct.
Right. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a loan officer.
How old are your children?
7 and 3.
Are these your only two children?
Yes, they are.
I want to tell you something, sir.
They are not, Your Honor, but...
Maybe his only two children with you, he meant.
Yes.
He's slick.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest gift you can give your children is a sense of morality, right and wrong. I hope that they can get that from their mother, because based upon what you tell me, they're certainly not getting it from you.
And how is that?
I'm going to tell you how that is.
Please do.
Because it seems to me like you've been getting the cream and she's been getting the skim on this milk.
Wow.
Really? I don't have money for car payments, $485. I didn't ask you for it. Therefore, it wasn't a loan. I took the candy, I gave it to my mother and my grandmother.
As it was
You
supposed
need
to go?
quiet. You want the money? Go to my mother and my grandmother. Sorry, I can't call you when I have the kids this weekend because my phone was cut off. You want to make a payment on it? Go ahead and do it. Otherwise, not going to be able to get in touch with you and you can't get in touch with the kids. And she does it. I have a job. I don't have a job. I got fired from my job. I got laid off from my job. I disappeared for 6 weeks. Sometimes I pick my kids up. Sometimes I don't. That sounds pretty amoral to me. In any event, what you want him to be responsible for is the fact that you had to file for bankruptcy because you had to pay for the car that he wrecked. That's the basis of your claim. And I'm going to tell this to you. You divorced him for a reason. Is that right?
Definitely.
Why would you think that the things that caused you to divorce him all of a sudden were going to change once he became a divorced person? Was he responsible when you were married to him?
No, he wasn't.
Was he an avoidance person when you were married to him?
Definitely.
Was it always somebody else's fault when you were married to him?
Oh, yeah.
Why would you think, madam, that a brief year or two, considering that in that brief period of time he hadn't done the right thing, would change him? So, if you gave him the car, you keep the insurance on it.
Your Honor, he did have insurance on the vehicle at one time when he took possession of it. He had gotten the insurance, he handed a fake insurance card to the police.
Listen to me. Was he responsible when you were married to him?
No.
Did he lie to you?
Many times.
So why would you place any credibility in the statement, I have insurance, when he knows that all he's got to do is, if he has an accident, here, babe, you take care of the forms. You go chasing the person who was responsible. I'm not responsible for anything. So I'm not giving you money for your bankruptcy. Be smart. He owes you $565. It's cheap. But if you're going to teach your children any morality at all, you better make sure you do it yourself. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The real reason we're here is because I was taking my ex to family court for legalized visitation, and within a week of her receiving the papers, I received a summons that she was suing me.
His girlfriend had told me that he had received several $1,000s. I called him and he said he paid other bills with it and could care less about my money, and he told me to file, so I filed against him.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Williams versus Sensei, step forward, please.
26-year-old business owner Carrie Williams is suing her ex-fiancé, plumber Joseph Sensi, for unpaid credit card charges, a trip to Hawaii, and damage to her car. Joseph says Carrie won't give back the engagement ring.
Miss Williams, Mr. Sensi was your former fiancé.
Correct.
How long were you engaged?
9 months.
And how long did you live together?
A little over a year.
It is your claim that Mr. Sensi owes you a whole bunch of money. You claimed that sometime, I think it was November of 2002, he damaged your car. Is that right?
Damage to my car was in June.
And when did you break up?
December 19th of 2002.
So in 6 months, he didn't pay for that car.
No.
And then you claim in November of 2002, you went to Hawaii to attend your brother's wedding, and he was supposed to pay for half the trip, and he didn't. Is that right? Then you claim that while you were together, he made many charges on your credit card that's in your name, and he hasn't paid those charges. Is that right?
Correct.
And Mr. Sensi says that while you were together and while you were living together, you had pooled your money. Is that right?
Yes.
Did you have a joint bank account?
Yes, we did.
And he put his check into the account, and you paid the bills?
Yes.
So that whatever money you believe that he owes you was paid as a result of his putting his paycheck into the account. And you want to pay the bill for the trip, you pay the bill for the trip. You want to pay the bill for the car damage, you pay the bill for the car damage. Aside from the fact he says that you've damaged his car as well. By the way, he also says you have the engagement ring. Is that true?
That is correct.
Why is that?
He owes me a lot of money, Your Honor, and I just didn't feel right being able to give him something, and in return, when he owes me a lot of money, I just didn't feel right about that.
Really? Well, let's figure that out. Where did you buy the ring, sir?
Case, jeweler.
How much did you pay for it?
$3,000, $3,000.
Where's the ring?
At home.
If I give you anything, Miss Williams, you have to understand that I'm deducting $3,000 from that.
Can I give him the ring back?
If you would have brought it to court today, I would have said fine, but you didn't. I'm not interested in anything you have to say. How much money were you earning for the 9 months you lived together, sir?
Between $2,000 and up.
And how much money did you give Miss Williams when you were living together?
I pretty much all of it in the bank account.
He put his whole paycheck in the account?
No, Your Honor. He has a son, a 4-year-old son, and he pays child support to his son.
How much do you pay in child support, Mr. Sensi?
$600.
$600 a month. Now, what was the rent on this apartment?
$1,070, Your Honor.
And what other expenses did you have?
The usual, electricity, cable, car payments.
Let's go to car payments. How much was his car payment?
Mine was $250.
And how much was your car payment?
$450.
So your car payment was $200 more than his.
That's correct.
And he was putting in a little bit less because he was paying $600 a month child support.
Yes.
Did you have your car fixed when you had an accident in your car?
No, actually, it's still damaged, and I do have the pictures.
Why didn't you fix it?
I haven't had the money, Your Honor, to repair it.
Baloney. If it happened in June and you wanted to have your car repaired, what you do is, when he gives you his paycheck in June, you go and take your car and you have it repaired and you do it. It happened in June, you didn't break up until December. That's 6 months. Forget about the car. As you can see, I'm unsympathetic so far with your position. Now let's get to the trip to Hawaii. Trip to the Hawaii was in November to your brother's wedding. How did you pay for the tickets?
My mother and father actually paid for our tickets because we could not financially afford to do it at the time.
So why did you go to Hawaii for your brother's wedding if the parents paid for it?
It was my brother's wedding. I felt like I needed to be there, and considering he was my fiance, I wanted him to be around.
Then you pay for it.
We didn't have the money, Your Honor.
Then you borrowed it, you paid it back. It was your brother's wedding. You wanted to go. You wanted him to go with you. He's giving you all his money, madam. If you and he cannot afford to go to your brother's wedding in Hawaii, and you want to go anyway, and he's giving you his whole paycheck, and you're the one who's deciding what bills to pay and what bills not to pay, then you don't go to your brother's wedding, or go yourself. And you wanted him to go with you? Go. Pay for it. Pay for it.
We both decided that we were going to go. He said, with the next paycheck, I will pay you. It was a family decision. We decided to do it together.
And he never paid me on the next paycheck.
Listen to me. He put his whole paycheck into their joint account. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect.
We shared numerous credit cards together, Your Honor, that I charged in my name because he has no credit at all. He couldn't get credit cards in his name.
Listen to me.
I was the idiot who did it all to myself.
Then what you have to do is say, I'm the idiot. Why are you visiting your lunacy on the court system?
Because I would think that the court system would be unfair to me due to the fact that I have all of this evidence, which I would love the opportunity to prove to you.
Me. We do not have courts in this country that deal with the problems of people who choose to live together. You entangle your finances, and then you expect courts to waste valuable time in untangling your mess. There is no question in my mind that he was charging things on a credit card that was in your name because you gave him permission to do that. You were responsible for the finances. He's given you the money.
You planned on staying together.
Listen to me. Don't interfere. Of course they planned on staying together. And if they planned on staying together, and if they were together, we wouldn't be here.
My mother and father have been married for over 30 years. They set a very good example on what marriage should be like. I've never been engaged before. This was the man I was going to spend the rest of my life with.
Correct.
Yeah, we're engaged. I treated our relationship as if we were getting married. We
Listen
were
to
planning
me.
Our wedding.
Engaged is not married. Pay attention. They're married for 35 years or 30 years or however long they're married. Courts recognize their relationship. If they gave you a very good example of what marriage is, then what you do is you don't live together and open up a joint bank account and joint credit cards and joint debts and joint obligations until you are
married.
Right. And if you choose not to do that, don't bother me.
Carrie,
you
why
have an
did you break
engagement ring. Sell it.
Well,
Goodbye.
I would like to tell you, Your Honor, that I have a police report.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 45 on the calendar, the matter of Smith versus Romero. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. Smith, it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you while you were crossing a street.
Yes,
you were
ma'am.
crossing the street, she was driving her car. Ms. Romero, who you didn't know prior to this incident, says that whatever she did, she acted in self-defense. So why don't you tell me when this happened?
The date was January 28th. It was a Tuesday, about 8:50 in the morning.
January 28th of 2003 at 8:50 a.m.
Yes.
And where did it happen?
On the corner of Cherokee and Bayard.
All right, and what were you doing there?
I was getting off the bus going to school, and I proceeded to cross the street.
How wide is the street?
I have exactly the pictures right here.
Thanks, Bert. Okay, I see where you got off the bus and I see the street. So tell me what happened.
I proceeded to cross the street. I was halfway there. All of a sudden I heard honking, just honking, and she proceeded to push on the gas and bump my knee. And
were you walking slowly?
No, I wasn't. I was walking my normal. I did it every day. And
who do you live with, Miss Smith?
I live by myself with me and my kids.
How many children do you have?
3.
And how do you support yourself?
I'm a file clerk right now.
Okay, do you get any sort of disability?
No.
But I am currently going through therapy ever since this happened.
Prior to this happening?
Prior to this happening.
Whatever. Sorry.
Before this happened, were you getting any treatment?
No. Before
any medication?
No. And I traveled that road. I traveled that road every time.
So you're crossing the street and she hit your knee with the car. And then what happened?
As soon as I got on the phone with the cops.
You got on the phone or she did?
No. As soon as I grabbed the phone from the passerby said she was going to call the cops, she reached into her car and threw a bottle at my chest and then took off. She just took off. I got her license plate number, though, and that's when I had called the cops. I got a police report.
Can I see it, please? Who was this lady who's with you?
This is my mother. She,
Okay, I just wanted to know. She wasn't there that day.
No. But she saw bruises on me from the bottle. She had to take me to school because I was so scared to catch the bus because nothing like this ever happened to me, and I was just a pedestrian. It could have happened to anybody. She was just, I guess, having a bad day and took it out on me.
Did you seek medical treatment?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Can I see the medical report, please?
And I am currently still having back pains and going through therapy. I think I missed about a week of school after that. I couldn't even go to school that day because I was so traumatized of what she did to me. And any other time I would have been very, very aggressive towards her. I didn't even touch this lady. All we did was argue. She's the one that assaulted me. And
okay.
I feel so traumatized.
All right, Mr. Romero, now I'll hear you.
Okay. She was in the middle of the street. There was no signs or, she was just in the middle of the street.
Look
I was
at me.
driving.
Look at me.
Sorry. I was driving. I honked at her so she could get out of the street. She then walks up to my car, hits my car with her hand. So, I get out of my car partially so I could tell her to get out of the way. Then she starts cussing at me, talking trash to me. So a lady comes and says, I'm going to call the cops on you. You guys break it up. So I'm getting back in my car. She slams the door on my leg. So in self-defense, she would not get out of the way. I had a plastic bottle of juice. It wasn't even full. I threw it at her so she'd get out of the way. I left. I didn't know what. She's twice my size. I don't know what she was going to do. So I left. There was not even a police case. They dropped it.
Let's go back.
Okay.
She had just gotten off the bus and she was crossing the street. Is that right?
More like messing around in the street.
I don't know what you mean messing around in the street.
Okay. Well, she was in the middle of the street, basically.
And you were coming down that street.
Right.
How far away from her was your car when you first saw her?
A few feet.
That's impossible. Had you just turned onto the street?
Yeah, no, I was driving down the street.
Right. So
she was in the middle of the street, so I...
Ms. Romero, I want you to pay attention. You're driving down the street. I'm sitting in my car. I'm looking to the back of the courtroom. Let us say Miss Smith was standing in the middle of the courtroom back there. I would see her from a distance of, let us say, 30 feet. So when you say you saw when she was a couple of feet away from you, that's stupid. Do you understand? You're driving down the street, and how far away from your car was she when you first saw her?
Oh, okay.
Duh.
I don't know.
Point to something in this room.
Okay, I saw her, like, from here.
From where you are to where?
To that guy right there.
Officer Bird. So that's probably about 20 feet.
Okay.
So you were paying attention enough to see her approximately 20 feet away from you. Should have been more, because if you were paying attention, you were more than 20 feet into the street, right?
Exactly. Right.
What were you doing? Were you on the phone?
No.
Now, when you saw her from approximately 20 feet away, where was she in this street? Was she in the middle of the street?
She was in my lane. When I was driving, she was in my lane, like standing whatever she was doing.
Well, she wasn't just standing there. She was walking across the street slowly.
Yeah.
Right?
She should have.
Listen to me. She was walking across the street very slowly. Correct? She's not an idiot. She's not just standing in the middle of the street contemplating, you know, her navel. She's walking, maybe she was daydreaming about something, but she's walking across the street very slowly. So what did you do?
I stopped a few feet in front of her, honked my horn at her.
Why did you honk your horn?
Because she wouldn't get out of the street.
That's not true. She was crossing the street. She was just crossing
Well,
slowly.
she should have crossed at a crosswalk. You know, that's what they're for. Not to mess around in the street, really. She was in the street, walking slowly, so I stopped, I honked at her.
So why didn't you wait for me to cross?
Shh, just a second.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Don't answer her.
Sorry.
I'm sorry would be nice here for acting badly.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Put your hand down. Go like this with your nails. Go like this. Good. Now stop.
And later today,
The two of you were out there tooling around on the jet skis. Mr. Kilgore says this accident happened and it was your fault. You hit his jet ski. So I want to know which one of you was at fault. You can huddle and you can make up your mind. Get together.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Barbie Smith claims Angeline Romero assaulted her while crossing the street. Angeline claims Barbie slapped her car.
Somebody is crossing the street. This is not a busy thoroughfare. There aren't a lot of cars there. That's the kind of street it looks like because I saw pictures of it. You had several choices. You could have just sat in your car and waited for her to get across the street. If she's slow, she's slow. Some people are fast, some people are slow. You're not the crosswalk monitor. It's not your job to tell her by honking your horn that she should have crossed the street at some other location. She was crossing the street. Pedestrian always has the right of way. Did you ever hear that statement?
Yeah, but also, if you see a car coming at you, I'm sure you would hurry it up. Not
well, I certainly would.
Lollygag in the street when a car's coming.
Oh, my God.
That maybe is true. But you're driving a car, several thousand pounds of vehicle, and she is crossing the street. Miss Romero, so you can't act like a jerk. Which you did. You acted like a jerk. And you can't. And I believe that that's exactly what you did. Once you honked your horn, she got annoyed, and maybe she just stood there. Is that right?
Right.
I mean, I was certain things. Listen to me. Don't get me traumatized, Miss Smith.
Traumatized by what?
Miss Romero,
sorry.
Shut your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You did the wrong thing. 100% wrong thing. She didn't act in a smart fashion because once you honked your horn, instead of moving along, you said, what's she honking her horn at? And I'm going to just stand here and really irritate her. Right?
I really didn't want to.
Hey, don't fool around with me. You just stood there. And then she crept up her car and she hit you with the bumper.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Sure you did, because that's what the doctor says. Sure you did. Wrong, 100% wrong. And you were 100% wrong. Because what you should have done is when Miss Idiot over here decided to honk the horn at you, you should have just walked across the street and forgotten about it. Even your mother knows that's true, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You try to avoid a confrontation, Miss Smith. You don't try to precipitate one. She didn't act like a responsible driver.
Right.
You acted like a hothead pedestrian. And I also believe that once she hit you or got close enough to you to touch you with her bumper, you slammed her car with your hand. Like that.
Like, what are you doing?
Just a minute. Like that. Right?
Right.
You forgot to tell me that, Miss Smith. How come in your story you forgot to tell me that? Do you understand there are certain things that have a common human experience? If you live long enough, you've seen it. I have actually witnessed my own husband crossing the street, and he felt as if a car got too close. Slapped the car. And he is what I consider a relatively intelligent man. A man, so those things are not necessarily, But I've seen him do that. And I've seen a lot of other people do that. So that's what you did. I know that's what you did.
Yeah, I do.
And then she got out of her car and she threw a bottle at you. Further stupid. Further stupid. Put your hand down. Go like this with your nails. Go like this. Good. Now stop. If I had to choose fault, you would be at fault because you had no right to honk your horn at her. She is the pedestrian. She has the right of way. She may have been traveling too slowly for you. If she were walking with a walker or a cane, maybe you would have been smart enough to stop and not honk your horn. But maybe you're that stupid that you felt as if people who have walkers and people with canes should walk at some place other than where I'm driving. So ultimately, it's your fault. And you have to be punished for being at fault. You, however, don't get what you're looking for. And what you're looking for in this lawsuit is, for your aggravation, pain, and suffering, $5,000. I want you to get that figure out of your mind, because you are partially responsible for all of this because you decided to play, I'm not getting out of the street. I'm entitled to be in this street as much as she's entitled to drive in this street. So you had a lot of aggravation. You had a little bit of pain and suffering. That's worth $500. That's your judgment. Judge for the plaintiff.
Thank you, ma'am.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think she needs to stop calling me stupid.
I'm satisfied with it.
She needs to get a life.
It was all about respecting other people.
And stop trying to sue everybody.
And letting other people cross the street.
She probably doesn't have a job, so she needs to sue someone.
And it was wrong.
The police dropped the whole case.
Denver Police Department is, they go after the big crimes.
There's no criminal case or anything.
They really don't care about little cases, so.
Look at her, she wanted to fight me. She's twice my size.
Just watch out for people, and
there's no way I'm gonna go, you know, try and fight her.
How they drive.
Obviously nothing happened.
Yeah, it was a victory.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Camper versus Kilgore. Step forward, please.
27-year-old accountant Amy Camper is suing her ex-boyfriend, 21-year-old customer service rep Justin Kilgore, for wrecking her Sea-Doo.
Ms. Camper, the defendant is a former boyfriend of yours, and you claim that last summer he was riding your Sea-Doo, which is one of those water things that you drive and everybody drives too fast. And he had an accident and he caused some damage. You want him to pay for the damage. Mr. Kilgore says that he was riding the Sea-Doo. There was an accident. It was Stevie's fault, not his fault. Stevie ran into him. And aside from that, you should have had insurance because you let everybody drive your Sea-Doo. And you shouldn't have let him nor anyone else drive it unless you had appropriate insurance. That's your defense.
Correct.
So there was an accident.
Yes.
What was the date?
October 26th.
And where were you riding the Sea-Doo?
On the Colorado River, up by Parker, Arizona.
This wouldn't happen to be Stevie, would it?
Yes.
You're Stevie.
Yeah.
Step up here. Did you run into this jet ski?
Yes, I did.
Why did you do that?
I didn't do it on purpose.
Well, tell me about it.
We were riding on the Colorado River. I rear-ended him.
You rear-ended him?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Stevie rear-ended him?
Justin turned in front of Stevie. Stevie hit Justin's wake and landed on top of my Sea-Doo.
Okay. So, Stevie, this accident was your fault?
I wouldn't say that.
Well, whose fault was it?
It's, you play at your own risk out there.
No. Listen to me. Can't have it both ways. Miss Camper, she's on land. The two of you are out there tooling around on the jet skis. Mr. Kilgore says this accident happened and it was your fault. You hit his jet ski. So I want to know which one of you is at fault. You can huddle and you can make up your mind. Get together. Get together.
You know, I'll take it. It's mine.
Was it your fault?
Sure.
Was it your fault?
Yeah.
So, Miss Kemper, this is the story. You go and sue Stevie.
Okay.
You now have an acknowledgement.
Okay.
Right? It's his fault.
Okay.
Okay? Let me see the damage. That's a substantial amount of damage. You understand that you're responsible for this damage, sir?
I haven't seen the pictures.
I'm going to show you the pictures. Did you get an estimate?
Yes.
What was the estimate? Just tell me.
$1,350.
That's what you're going to be responsible for, Stevie. $1,300. No question. You acknowledge the accident was your fault? Clear?
I have insurance, and she does not.
So?
So, I mean, why? This is an insurance issue.
No. It's not an insurance issue, sir. If you want your insurance to pay for it, you call your insurance carrier and you tell your insurance carrier that you're involved. Pay careful attention. Take your hands out of your pockets and pay careful attention. You call your insurance company, you say, I hit Miss Kemper's vehicle. It was my fault, which you've just acknowledged, and I want my insurance carrier to pay for the damage. Do you understand? What's the name of your insurance carrier? Name of the insurance carrier.
You know what? I'm not sure. I didn't even bring it because I wasn't the one getting sued.
Just a second. Well, I want you to think hard, Stevie. Who insures your car?
Okay, AAA.
Does AAA also insure your Sea-Doo?
No.
Who insures your Sea-Doo?
I'm not sure. If I knew that, I would have told you by now.
Take out your wallet. Take out your driver's license.
This pissing me off.
Bird, get his driver's license, please.
Sure.
We'll get it back to you, Mr. Stevie, as soon as we get a copy of it for the plaintiff. As soon as we get a copy of this, we'll return it to you. And then, Ms. Camper, you can sue the appropriate person if he doesn't want to report it to insurance. Do you understand?
Okay, yes.
Perfect. Case against you is dismissed, sir. Thank you very much. That's
Parties
all.
are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 120 on the calendar, the matter of Bauer versus Villa. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, ma'am. Have a seat, please.
Miss Bauer, when were you and your husband married?
April 12th, 2003.
And in what year do you allege that you made loans to Mr. Villa?
2001, September and December.
Have a seat, sir. Your husband really isn't a party to this action, unless facts prove me mistaken. You were living with or in a relationship with Mr. Villa, is that correct, when you made these loans?
No, I was not.
But you made a loan to him?
Yes, I did. I was away on a business trip, and he had called me, and he was telling me that the current transportation he had was unsafe for our daughter when he had her on his weekends, and he was looking to upgrade and improve his vehicle for her safety.
When had your relationship with the defendant terminated?
Final termination was probably June of 1999.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes, it is.
So you were away on a business trip, and the defendant had physical custody of the child?
During that weekend.
Okay, so he called you and said what?
He called to let me know that he was looking for safer transportation for our daughter. He needed a better vehicle to get to and from work. And he was asking if I could loan him the money for the down payment for a vehicle that he had found.
And what did you say?
I was hesitant at first because of the amount he was looking for. But,
What was he looking for?
He was looking for $2,000.
You were hesitant first, but?
He was insistent on how the vehicle he had was not safe for our daughter. He needed something better. So I finally gave in and spoke to the owner of the car dealer, gave them my credit card number, and took care of the transaction via the phone.
Did you draw up any papers with him?
I did not. We had a verbal agreement of repayment.
And the repayment schedule was going to be what?
As soon as possible.
That's not a schedule. And if you took this money off your credit card, that means that you were paying credit card charges.
Correct.
Did he make a payment in October?
No, he did not. I believe the first payment may have shown up in December.
In what amount?
$50.
In 2002, did he make any payments whatsoever?
Not again until September of 2002.
In what amount?
$50.
Now, that wasn't the only loan that you allege that you made to Mr. Villa. What was the other loan you allege you made to him?
The other loan took place on December 5th, also 2001. He had scheduled a dentist appointment for himself and our daughter. They both left for the dentist office, and I get a call about a half an hour later. There is an emergency. I need you to come down here. When I arrived at the dentist office, he pulled me into a room and he said, Angel's fine, but I'm not. I need help with my teeth. Can you loan me some money so I can get the tools I need to repair my gum line?
And you said?
I said yes.
And what arrangements did you make to get the money back from him?
At that time, we had also discussed that the truck loan was still outstanding and that the payments needed to at least
And
double.
he hadn't made a payment in September, October, November. Well, you said he made one in December.
Yes.
So for 3 months, he hadn't paid you any money, so you loaned him another $750. Is that right?
That's correct.
How much child support was he paying you?
$600 a month.
Does he pay his child support?
It's garnished from his wages, yes.
Okay, I'll hear you.
Well, as far as the truck is concerned, yes, I was looking to upgrade my transportation. And
I actually did put down a post-dated check for $2,000. And after speaking with Linnell, she offered to give me the $2,000 on her credit card, so I did not have to put a post-dated check because I would have had to scramble for the money. And that's what she did. She put it on her credit card as a gift to me.
Well, you say it was a gift, sir.
Yes.
I would like to hear your version, and I want you to be very careful that you don't say anything that doesn't make sense to me, because if you say something that doesn't make sense to me, you're going to be really sorry and really humiliated. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. So, you had physical custody of your daughter for a weekend.
Correct.
And you called the plaintiff.
Yes, I did.
And what did you say to her when you called her?
I let her know that I did.
What did you say? Watch my mouth. What did you say to her?
I found a truck.
And she said?
Good.
And you said?
I let her know that I had to put down $2,000.
No, you're not let her know. I told her.
I told her that I had to write a post-dated check for $2,000.
Why would she be interested in that information, Mr. Villa?
I don't know.
Well, you told her. I mean, it's not something. If Bert called me and I said, "Hi, Bert. Oh, it's nice to hear from you. How's everything? How is the weather in the Bay Area?" And he'd say, "Fine. How's the weather in the Northeast? By the way, I had to give a post-dated check to the truck dealership." Do you understand how stupid you sound, Mr. Villa? I told you, if you say something foolish, I'm going to make a fool out of you. So when I said to you, why would she want to know that information? You said, I don't know why. Because you were asking her for something. Right.
I don't see it that way. I saw it as her offering.
Evidently, you're not thinking too clearly. You called her to tell her that you found a truck. She said, good. You told her, I had to give them a post-dated check. And she said...
Do you want me to put it on my credit card instead?
And you said what?
No problem.
You're lucky they garnish his wages.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're a slickie. Maybe she still had feelings for you at the time, and maybe you played on that. Either way, you're not a nice person. You're slick.
And later today...
Don't you want to read the police report? Excuse me?
I got everything that I needed from you without the police report.
No, you need to read the police report.
No, Mr. Hatfield, I don't have to do anything.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Linnell Bauer says the father of her child, Daniel Villa, owes for a loan to buy a truck and for the cost to fix his teeth.
Now you're going to tell me about your teeth.
Yes.
I'm going to give you the same admonition that I gave you before. Don't tell me anything that doesn't make sense, because if it doesn't make sense, it's not true, and I'm going to make a fool out of you. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
So, then let's hear about your teeth.
Well, that's correct. My daughter and I did have a dentist appointment, and I was told that my teeth were very bad and needed to be done. I did call Linnell, yes, to come over. I wanted to talk to her. I let her know that I did not...
Not let her know. I told her.
I told her that I did not have the money, and I was going to work up the money to pay this dentist off. And she said, I will put it on my credit card for you.
And then you can pay me back.
And repayment was never discussed.
You're a slickie. You're slick. That's all. This is your husband?
Yes.
Nice guy?
Yes, he is.
You have a separate bank account?
Yes, we do.
Smart girl. Can I see the last statement on your credit card bill, please?
The credit card has long since been paid off.
Oh, good.
I do have a payment schedule that I have received from Mr. Villa showing what he has paid to date.
What has he paid to date?
The total amount is $350 that he has paid.
He at least owes you $2,750. Even if he paid $350, that hardly covers the interest. Okay. Mr. Villa, I said to you, if you say something foolish, I'm going to make you look foolish. There is no question in my mind that you called this lady, who was the mother of your child, and prevailed upon her to put some money that you needed on a credit card instead of writing a post-dated check, because you absolutely intended to make good on a post-dated check. You weren't going to give the truck company a bad check. You were just going to give them a check and say, hold it for a couple of days or hold it for a week. I want this truck. So you prevailed upon her. Maybe she still had feelings for you at the time, and maybe you played on that. Either way, you're not a nice person. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,750. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
What's done is done.
I think Judge Judy saw what I saw.
She's out of my life, and that's all that matters.
If somebody loaned you money, why would you ever make payments on it?
They're greedy. They got their money. It's the bottom line.
Once you allow someone to take advantage of you repeatedly, they keep trying to do it.
We're looking to move on with our lives. Just take it one day at a time.
Family issues shouldn't be broadcasted.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Hatfield versus Siegel. Step forward, please.
Carpenter J. Hatfield is suing his ex-fiancée, Darlene Siegel, for stealing money from his wallet and for the return of the engagement ring.
Mr. Hatfield, according to what I read, you and the defendant were in a long-term relationship and you lived together. How long had you been living together?
About 3 years, Your Honor.
You have children together?
No, ma'am.
And there came a time when you were arrested in the home.
Yes, ma'am.
When was that?
October 28th, 02.
What were you arrested for?
Not completing my work project.
As a condition of probation for another
For a prior
crime?
offense, yeah.
What kind of an offense?
It was a drug offense.
Okay. Your complaint, Mr. Hatfield, is that when you were arrested in your home, the defendant went into your wallet, took out some cash, in effect stealing your money. And in addition, since you subsequently broke up, you want her to return an engagement ring. Ms. Siegel says that she does, in fact, acknowledge that she took the money out of the wallet. She says that she used it to pay household bills while you were in jail. And the ring, she says, was a ring that was given to her a very long time ago that was not an engagement ring. That's your defense.
Yes, ma'am.
So, how much money did you have in the wallet, Mr. Hatfield?
There was $2,300 cash.
What were you doing with $2,300 in cash?
I'd sold my truck for 10 grand cash, and I had already had my loan approved for a new Tahoe. I was supposed to go down Monday morning and pay the $3,000 down payment and drive away in my Tahoe.
You sold the old truck for $10,000 in cash, and all you had left was $2,300?
Well,
What'd
yes,
you do
Your
with the
Honor.
rest?
We went to Reno for the weekend. We did, I paid some other bills, and that's what I saved because that's what I needed for the down payment on my truck.
How long did you spend in Reno?
Just one night.
You spent $7,000 in one night?
No, Your Honor. I had other bills I had to pay, and
like what?
For one thing, I had to pay the truck off. That was $4,000, I believe, if I remember rightly. I went grocery shopping, spent about $400 in groceries, and.
Okay. Now, you were arrested on the 28th of October. How long did you spend in jail?
I had a 26-day commitment.
So you were released sometime in November.
November 21st, to be exact.
When did you find out that Miss Siegel had spent the money?
When I came home. She said she...
Tell me about the conversation. You said, "Where's my money?"
Yeah.
And she said?
She said, finally she admitted that she took the wallet, because she denied it. She was still denying it for a couple days after I got home.
Well, what did she say to you?
She said she took the wallet and spent my money on bills. Household bills, electricity, I guess, I don't know. She never could produce any receipts for me.
Well, you were away on the 1st of November.
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
right? Did you pay rent?
No, ma'am.
Did you have a mortgage payment?
We split everything 50-50.
Was there a mortgage payment due November 1st,
Yes.
Mr. Hatfield?
For $600.
So that's...
That would be my half.
When you went to jail, did you make provisions for that mortgage payment?
I didn't really have time to make provisions for anything.
So you had expected, I assume, Miss Siegel, to somehow make that mortgage payment.
Oh, yeah.
With what?
With her check that she got paid.
Not with yours.
Not with the down payment for my truck.
But the bank expects their money on November 1st.
Yes, they do.
You didn't get out till November 21st.
That's correct.
You certainly didn't need a truck while you were in prison.
No.
And then there are other bills that come into the house on the beginning of the month. So that it would be fair to say that at least some of the money that she spent was money that she spent appropriately as a responsible person in maintaining the house.
Well, I grant you that.
Perfect. Now, after she acknowledged to you several days after November 21st that she did spend this money on bills, you said you were out a couple of days in jail and she finally admitted to you that she spent the money. So let's say it's the 23rd of November. When did you finally separate the two of you?
Oh, about a month later, month and a half later.
So the beginning of January?
Yes, sir.
From November 23rd until the beginning of January, where did you sleep?
Pardon me? Where did I sleep? In my bed.
Where did Miss Siegel sleep?
In my bed.
So after she acknowledged to you that she had taken this money and paid the bills, you cohabited together as you had before for the previous 3 years. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it would be fair to say, Mr. Hatfield, that but for the fact that the two of you broke up sometime in January of 2003, we would not be standing here today.
I wouldn't say that.
I would.
Well, that's you. That's not me.
I'm the only one that counts. Because if you felt that someone was a thief, like Miss Siegel, then you would either call the police, and if you didn't want to do that because of the relationship, you certainly would leave or tell her to leave or separate. But certainly you wouldn't, by cohabiting together, give her the impression that what she did in spending this money was either forgiven or appropriate.
Never gave her that impression whatsoever.
Well, let me ask you this question, Mr. Hatfield. When you shared the same bed together, did you share the same bed together in the biblical sense, sir?
What do you mean? We slept together, yeah. That doesn't mean it was okay to steal my wallet and spend my money.
That's what you think.
And then throw my wallet in the trash
That's
somewhere.
what you think. You
That's
see, you
what
know what a woman thinks? I took the money, he went to jail. We had bills to pay. We had mortgage, we had gas, we had electric, we had sewer, we had garbage, we had credit card bills, we had whatever we had. I took the money. By the way, she says it was a lot less than $2,300. Is that right?
That's right.
How much was it?
$1,700 cash.
Okay. So a woman says, I used that money to pay bills. And you get mad and you have an explosion. How could you take my wallet? And how could you spend the money without my permission? That was a... But honey, let's go to bed. So a woman says to herself, mad. He's not so mad because, you know, we're living together as a family.
Where else would we live?
Not together.
When I got out of jail, I had no truck, no money, no job.
You could live on the couch.
Excuse me? I owned everything in the house.
Did you tell her to leave?
Eventually.
No. On the 21st or the 22nd of November, Mr. Hatfield, did you say, get out, you stole my wallet?
No,
or
I
did you
not.
say, come to bed, honey? Two different things, Mr. Hatfield.
Wasn't like that, but we were arguing and fighting for the whole month.
It's possible.
Because of this.
That's possible. But in between, Mr. Hatfield, in between, there was between the sheets.
Do you think we had sex? Is that what you're asking me? Did we have sex during that time?
Shh, listen to me.
No, we did not.
Did you just say to me, Mr. Hatfield, am I asking you to abstain for all that time? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Did you abstain while you were in prison?
Yeah, you betcha.
Now, let's get to the engagement ring. When did he give you this ring, Miss Siegel?
I don't remember exact date, but it was about 2 years ago.
Let me see it.
I no longer have the ring.
Why not?
Because when I took it off to take a shower and was at his house, I don't know, it's not there. I don't have it any longer.
I don't believe that either.
I don't have it.
Well, let me see the bill for the ring.
She had that too. She took the receipt and the warranty for the ring and everything else.
Just a second. So, what you have to do if you come to court is you go to the jeweler and say, I lost my receipt. Could you please give me another one?
I have a statement from him. I don't know.
I don't read statements from him. I need a receipt from the jeweler. That's what's necessary. Anyway, Mr. Hatfield, you don't have the case. If you no longer have a relationship with Miss Siegel, you have to put a period and say goodbye. It's over.
Don't you want to read the police report?
No.
Excuse me?
I got everything that I needed from you without the police report.
No, you need to read the police report.
No, Mr. Hatfield, I don't have to do anything. All I know is that you were incarcerated on the 28th of October. You got out of jail the 21st of November. According to you, the issue of what happened to the money was resolved on or about the 23rd of November. And from the 23rd of November to the beginning of January 2003, you cohabited with the defendant. And as far as I am concerned, in the law, that makes a statement to me that this money that was used to pay household bills, which was the correct thing to do.
Well, you're
Goodbye.
Wrong. You're dead wrong.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 24 on the calendar in the matter of Collins versus Bonsell. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Collins, it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you after a hockey game.
Yes.
You're both participants in that game, and you claim that you were seriously injured.
Yes.
You want him to pay not only all of your medical bills, but also pain and suffering and damage for the assault. Mr. Bonsell says you started this altercation and you may have gotten the tough end of this deal, but that was of your own doing because you started it. Is this a professional hockey team?
No, this is an adult hockey league that's just for fun.
Okay, there's no money that changes hands. No. How long have you been playing, sir?
Probably for 8, 9 years.
And how old are you now?
I'm 20.
And what's the name of your team?
We are the Vipers.
Mr. Boncel, what's the name of your team?
It's the Heat, Your Honor.
And how long have you been playing, sir?
9 years. I'm 30 years old.
Had you ever played before against each other?
Numerous times.
Ever had any trouble before?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
You had trouble with him before?
Yes.
Oh, tell me about it.
We've had problems on the ice before while playing games. I am a goalie.
Anything unusual?
Not really. I've had problems with other players also, but nothing really off the ice, maybe some words exchange.
I'm talking about on the ice. On the ice, I see all of the idiots that are on the ice fighting with each other and hitting them with sticks and punching, and I don't watch that sport a lot, but it sounds to me as if it's sort of taken the place of the old gladiators. You know, they were allowed to hit, fight, you know, it's a really a dumb sport. Or it may not be a dumb sport, it's dumb the way it's played.
Parts of it maybe, but...
I'm glad you agree with that, sir. So let's get back to this particular day. Give me the date of this incident.
November 18th of 2002.
And your team won or lost?
We lost.
According to what I read in the complaint and in the answer, when the game is over, everybody's supposed to get in the line. My grandchildren do that. You know, they get in line and they sort of high-five everybody and say, good game, good game, good game, good game. Is that what's supposed to happen?
Yes.
You remember that, Bird, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Except Mr. Collins was angry that he lost. So after the game, he didn't stand in line saying, high five, good game, good game, good game. He went sulking off to the locker room. Is that right?
No. I was not angry that I lost.
You were not angry that you lost?
It's a game. I was not angry at all.
So then why didn't you stand with the rest of your teammates?
The reason why I left the ice early before the handshaking line was because Tony was in a physical argument with my brother, Ian, and there was a lot of fighting and scuffling going on the ice.
On the ice?
On the ice still.
Yes.
I had no place being involved in it. If I'm involved in that, I get thrown out for other games.
So you didn't leave the ice because you were angry that you lost. You left the ice without shaking hands because you were angry at him for fighting with your brother.
I was angry at everybody because there's not supposed to be fighting after the game.
Okay, just a second. So you were angry with everybody?
Well, there's not supposed to be fighting on the ice after the game. After the game, that's it. That's the end of the game. Leave it alone.
All I want to know is, what were you angry at, sir? Everybody else was shaking hands on your team?
No, that had not started yet.
But they were out there to do it.
They were out there, and the refs were breaking up the scuffle between Tony and my brother.
At the end of the game, did the two teams get together and shake hands at some point?
Some of the players, yes.
Not you?
Not me, and not some of... Both teams, some of the players left the ice early.
You left the ice. Mr. Boncel, did you stay on the ice to shake hands?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay. And then you left?
Yes.
Go ahead, Mr. Collins.
After the game, I left the ice. I stood in front of my locker room door. I opened it. I said a couple things to my players inside my locker room. I turned around. I watched what happened on the ice. That's why I stayed next to the door so I could see what was going on. Tony,
This is Mr. Boncel.
Mr. Boncel, as he was walking by me, he said, excuse my language, you little... I said, you, Tony, and he proceeded to swing on me. I had my helmet on. I was in full gear. My helmet did come off, and I went back at him mostly to protect myself.
So you went back at him, all right?
I went back at him because he is an officer. I don't know what he's going to do.
Okay, go ahead.
After that, he grabbed me. I never actually got a punch off.
When you say you went after him, exactly what did you do?
I took maybe 2 steps towards him, and I raised my arm to hit him.
Okay. And he had already hit you?
He had already hit me and knocked my helmet off.
Okay.
But
where did he hit you?
Hurts. In the face.
Then you got into a scuffle with each other?
He grabbed me, pushed me to the ground, and when he came down on top of me, my skates do not slide on, it's a rubber matting, so they stuck, and my knees buckled underneath me. And that's when he came down on top of me, and the weight of him on top of me just twisted my ankle because I don't have
Okay,
room
so you twisted your ankle.
It's a severe sprain, is what the doctor described it.
In your ankle?
In my ankle. She told me I would have been better off breaking it. It would have healed faster.
You sprained your ankle.
Yes.
Now, what injuries did you suffer in your face?
None. The helmets are designed to take a firm blow to the face.
So what you're telling me is that he didn't come in contact with your face, he came in contact with your helmet.
My helmet, which came in contact with my face.
He came in contact with your helmet?
Yes.
With his hand?
Yes.
So you weren't injured at all in your face?
No.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He's coming out towards you, and you took a swing at him.
No, Your Honor, it wasn't a swing.
Hit him in his helmet. That's what you just said to me. How did that happen? He put his head into your hand?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ronan Collins claims fellow Hockey League member Anthony Boncel assaulted him after a game. Anthony says Ronan refused to shake hands.
Let me hear your version of the events, Mr. Boncel.
After we shook hands, I got off the ice. My witness got off the ice after me.
I just want you to look at me, Mr. Boncel.
Okay.
I'm like a truth machine, Mr. Boncel. I have something back here. The hair on the back of my neck starts to sizzle when somebody is trying to give me a soaping. Do you understand?
Yeah. Oh, I understand.
Okay, good. The truth, Mr. Boncel,
yes, Your
will
Honor.
set you free.
Yes, Your Honor. So I got off the ice. As I approached the locker room, which is right off the ice door, I saw Mr. Collins waiting in the locker room door.
Mr. Collins says that he was waiting at the door because he was looking at the activity on the ice. Isn't that right, Mr. Collins?
Yes.
So that's true. You had to pass him in order to get to your locker.
Correct.
And what, if anything, did you say to him when you passed him?
As I passed him, I said, "Why don't you shake the hands like the rest of your team? Are you a poor sport or something?"
Are you a poor sport? Is that what you said to him? Oh, Mr. Boncel, I don't believe that. That probably is the connotation of what you said to him. But I'm going to run this by you once more. So let's start with the fact that I don't believe that you used those words when you were trying to impart the information to him that you thought he was a poor sport. So you want to tell me what you said to him?
That's exactly what I said, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Boncel, we're sticking with the story. And he said what to you?
He basically started cussing at me. He came out of the
No, tell
locker
me,
room.
understand cussing. I'm older than you are. I've heard more cussing, believe me, in my life. A lot of it directed at me. What did he say to you, Mr. Boncel?
He said, "You mother," and he came out of the locker room at me.
How did he come out at you?
I was still walking as I was saying this to him and as he was saying this to me. I turned to him as he was coming out of the locker room, and that's what I hit him in his helmet with my glove that was on my hand.
So he's coming out towards you, and you took a swing at him.
No,
That's
Your
what
Honor, it wasn't a swing.
Well, you did if you hit him in his helmet. That's what you just said to me. You hit him in his helmet.
Correct, but I didn't take a swing at him. Basically,
How did that happen? He put his head into your hand?
it's like a straight arm type movement.
Show me. Mr.
I'm sorry,
Boncel,
my hand's open. I have a glove on, so it wasn't with a fist.
was your hand injured?
No, it wasn't, Your Honor.
And neither was his face.
No, it wasn't, Your Honor.
Good. So far, we have a little lunging and a little stopping, no injury. What was the next thing that happened, Mr. Boncel?
He continued to come at me. We went up against a wall. I grabbed onto his arms, and we went down to the ground, and basically I held him there until help arrived.
Go ahead. You have witnesses you want me to
Yes, I have two witnesses who saw
Okay.
the incidents.
Good.
Jacob and Jamie.
Hello, Your Honor. Okay, what I exactly saw was when they came off the ice, Ronan walked to his doorway to see what was going on, like he said. There was a few of his teammates in the locker room, and when he was standing in the doorway, Boncel walked by and said, "You, Ronan." And then Ronan turned around at him and said, "You, Boncel." And then when Boncel went to throw a hit towards his face, I went to go searching for a ref, and then when I turned back around, Boncel has him on the ground and Bonzel's on top.
Thank you. So you'd heard the beginning of this, is that right?
Right.
And that's different from what Mr. Collins said happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Collins?
Yes.
So she heard something different from what you reported to me.
She didn't get all of what was said.
Just a minute. She told me what she says she heard.
She got the you right.
Sit down.
Okay.
Next. Name?
Jacob.
Jacob. Where were you, and what did you hear, and what did you see?
I was coming off the ice at the time of the incident. I was probably 8 to 10 feet
You
behind.
were a player on the Vipers?
Yes. I was coming off the ice after the handshake. I was about approximately 8 to 10 feet behind Mr. Bonzel. I didn't hear what Mr. Bonzel said to Ronan. I heard Ronan say, "F you, Bonzel," and then I saw Mr. Bonzel. I don't know if he was trying to punch him or push him, but he struck his hand out at Mr. Collins, and then Mr. Collins pushed back at him, and then there was lots of players by then, and there was a big pileup in the doorway.
You said you didn't know whether he went to punch or push. Is that what you said?
Yes, his hand did strike it.
His hand struck the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
So the helmet is plastic or metal, isn't it?
Yes.
Hard.
Yes.
So you would have to be a real idiot, right, to punch at this metal.
Well, we also...
You'd have to be an idiot to punch at the metal.
Yes.
You wouldn't necessarily have to be an idiot if you just wanted to keep somebody away from you, pushing them away. But if you actually punched at this metal, you could hurt yourself.
Yes.
So would it be a fair statement, Jacob, that Mr. Bonzel had protection, his glove, and it was not his intention to do any harm to Mr. Collins, but to keep him at a distance? That be a fair statement?
It would be fair, but Mr. Bonzel was the aggressor.
Really?
Ronan Collins had not stepped forward to attack Mr. Bonzel yet until Mr. Bonzel struck Ronan in the face.
He didn't strike him in the face. He pushed him away on his helmet. And if after this incident, Mr. Collins, you were hurt, if you said to me, I was hurt and I had my teeth knocked out because he went and struck me in the face, and I had done nothing to him, you would have a case. What happened was you were angry, and everybody's testosterone is all in high gear, swirling around. And you watched on the ice and you walked off because you said that you saw him messing with your brother on the ice.
Yes.
That makes you really angry.
And there were other teammates jumping in.
Whatever. You were angry at him. And you were angry, period. What happened was, at the end of the day, the two of you started up with each other, and you got the worst of the deal because he pushed you down and you twisted your ankle. Get over it. You're a big boy. Case dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Has a history of doing this off the ice and attacking players who are more vulnerable and smaller than he is.
I think the judge had it right. I think the facts speak for themselves, and she made the right decision.
I am very vulnerable off the ice, and I can't attack anybody with gear on like this.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's it's water under the bridge.
After the game is over, it's over. Nothing should happen off the ice. But things still happen every now and then out in the parking lots, out in the locker rooms. Things still happen.
Probably because they lose every time they play us.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Johnson versus Turner Hall. Step forward.
19-year-old student Courtney Johnson is suing former friends, 19-year-old Justin Turner and 20-year-old Stanley Hall, for causing her to be homeless during spring break.
You were going on spring break. They had a hotel room or a motel room. You and your girlfriend decided that you would sort of tag along and ask if you could share the hotel or motel room with them. So far, is that pretty accurate?
Mm-hmm.
They said, okay, but you're really not supposed to be here. You'll give us some money and we'll all stay together as long as we can. So far, right?
Correct.
You gave them how much?
175.
Okay, they say 164, you say 175, let's say $175. And the $175 was for how many days?
For 6 nights.
For you alone?
Yes.
Then somebody, either you or your girlfriend, went and asked for some towels. And the manager of the hotel or motel said, I rented this room to 4 guys, and this is a girl asking for some towels. You got to get out. Pretty accurate?
Right. Yeah.
You want your money back. Not only do you want your money back, your $175, but you want the food that you bought, because you brought food into the room.
Correct.
That they ate. And you want money for your emotional distress.
Correct.
Get over it. That's what you get for your emotional distress. My words. Get over it. You get the same for the food. The only thing we're going to talk about here is $175. Who's going to talk for this team over here?
I'll talk.
And your name is?
Justin Turner.
Justin. You kept $175,
Right.
right? You can't keep $175. The $175 was for 6 nights, right? She only stayed there how many nights, Justin?
1.
So why should you keep her $175?
We knew going into it that usually you have wristbands to stay at the hotel, and there was a risk that we might not all be able to stay there. So there was no just agreement that if she got kicked out, she lost her money. If we would have got kicked out, I don't believe we'd have got our money either from her.
You didn't give her any money, Justin.
No.
You stayed there. How many nights?
3, 4.
So you left early?
We had
Why?
to leave early. One of the people that came with us was a driver. He had problems with his car and some other stuff, and he had to go home.
But it wasn't anybody's fault that you left. Nobody threw you out.
Got it.
What do you do, Justin?
I'm a student, and I play football.
Student where?
University of Louisville.
Can you divide 175 by 6 in your head?
About $40-some.
I couldn't do it either. My calculator said that it's about $29.
$30.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Sure.
The room was $823.62. We came about where it'd be mainly about $170 a night. So basically, each person was paying $170 a night. So that's where that came from.
You following that, Officer Byrd? What he's saying is they decided that each person would spend $175 and pay for 1 night at the motel. And that would take care of their share for the entire 6 nights. Therefore, she stayed at the hotel 1 night, $175. Are you getting it now?
I get it.
Are you getting it now?
I get it.
Okay. I feel like I'm doing one of those Jay Leno bits, you know, when he goes jaywalking with people, right? I don't want to deal with it. When you get him outside, try to explain it to him. Listen, from the $175, we deduct $30. $145. That's what you get back. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 32 on the calendar in the matter of Sanders versus Cunningham.
Thank you, Byrd.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Sanders, according to what I've read, the defendant was a former girlfriend of yours.
Correct.
And it is your claim that you made a couple of loans to her.
Correct.
For rent and some moving expenses that she had.
Correct.
And this was when she was no longer your girlfriend?
Correct.
Because you were generous and you wanted to help her out.
Correct.
Ms. Cunningham, you say that he did give you money. It wasn't a lot of money.
Right.
And he gave you the money because he had beaten you up so badly during a physical altercation that you were unable to work.
Correct.
That you lost the apartment as a result of this altercation.
Yes.
And that he sort of gave you the money to ease his conscience.
Yes.
You have a counterclaim.
Yes.
For that assault.
Yes.
Okay. How long were you in a relationship, Mr. Saunders, with the defendant?
Approximately 6 months, 6 to 8 months.
In those 6 to 8 months, did you live together at any time?
No, ma'am.
During the 6 to 8 months that you were together, were the police ever called to either of your residences as a result of domestic violence?
No, ma'am.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Yes.
Just a minute. I'm going to get to you. Did you ever, Mr. Saunders, attend anger management program?
Yes, I did.
Because Ms. Cunningham refers to that in her answer. When did you attend an anger management class?
I believe it was in March of April of last year.
You want to tell me, Mr. Saunders, how you got to an anger management class, sir?
Due to a lot of past altercations with other people, I sell rims, sound, and a lot of people get stuff from me and order stuff from me and they never pay. Or I would give them the merchandise and they wouldn't pay me.
Mr. Saunders, you know what the word blepturing means?
No, ma'am.
Blepturing means talking senselessly and uselessly. That doesn't answer my question. That sounds as if, I mean, it's a Yiddish term, so I really didn't expect you to understand it. People don't go to anger management classes because people don't pay them for rims. People go to anger management classes usually as a result of a court direction, or to avoid going to jail, or because somebody threatens them with some action unless they go to an anger management class.
None of that. None of that.
So you're just telling me you went to an anger management class because somebody got mad at you, or you got mad at somebody because they didn't pay you for your rims?
Basically to improve our relationship between her and I, to prove a point that I could go to an anger management class, I graduate.
So there was Mr. Saunders. Now we're getting to a point, you see? If you tell the truth, sir, the truth will set you free. You understand? Listen to me. So, in the course of your relationship, listen, madam, you're irritating me with the pictures.
Oh.
So, during your relationship with the defendant, there were problems with your temper.
We both had tempers, yes.
Did she go to an anger management class?
No, but she was always implying that she was crazy.
She may have gone to a psychiatrist. I didn't ask her that yet. But during the course of your relationship, she said to you, unless you go to an anger management class, honey, we are finished.
No, no. My choice.
Good for you. Did you finish the class?
Yes, I did.
When did you finish it?
He didn't finish it.
Of course he didn't finish it. When did you graduate, Mr. Saunders, from the class?
I went to the class for 3 weekends, so approximately a month later. It was the 3-weekend course.
Now, when did you finally break up with the defendant? Or she with you?
It was after the last incident in July.
Don't shout out, but would that be helpful? Would that be July of 2002?
I would say, yes.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding that, Mr. Sanders.
Due to the fact that I just couldn't take anymore.
Well, tell me about it.
Lies, different mood swings.
Was there a fight?
Verbal, yes.
Where did this verbal fight take place?
In our home.
Tell me what the fight was about.
In a discussion of a disagreement, she would always have to have the last word.
I understand that.
Then she would mumble different things. A typical woman.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He shot her in the face, and she launched at me first.
You mean after you broke into her house?
Yes.
Tell me why you didn't go to the police.
Told me if I go to the police, they would not find me. They would find my body remains, but they would not find me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Anthony Sanders claims ex-girlfriend Lorraine Cunnington owes for an unpaid loan. Lorraine says it was hush money after he beat her up.
That's true. Women always have to have the last word. And usually they mumble things. Men are used to dealing with, you know, bench, glasses, pen. Women are a little more subtle than that. Okay, so you were having this argument about something, and you had enough. Did you damage her house?
No.
When you left the house, was she in the same physical condition as she was when you arrived?
Yes.
No.
Didn't put your hands on her?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Shh.
No. No.
No. Okay.
Not
now,
gonna happen.
when did she ask you for money for this loan?
A couple of days after we had finally called it to an end.
That was in July.
In August.
Tell me what the conversation was. She called you where? Where were you, at home or at work?
I was at home, yes.
And what did she say?
She asked for $300 to keep her apartment due to she was about to lose it.
And what did you say to her?
Told her, sure.
Okay.
Other than the arguments, I felt that she was liable in return of $300 if I lent it to her.
Okay. So you wrote her a money order or a check, or what did
Yes,
you do?
ma'am, I did.
Okay, she doesn't deny that you gave her $300, right? Okay. And what other monies did you give her and when?
I believe a couple of weeks later, she had asked me for $100 due to the fact that I had took 2 shoulders to her front door.
Took what?
Took 2 shoulders.
What does that mean? I don't understand what that means.
Took 2 shoulders.
He kicked my door
The
in.
door twice with his shoulder.
That I understand. When did you damage her apartment? What month was that?
It was approximately a week later that I lent her the $100.
Okay,
A
and
week
you
later.
went over there
I went over there
to get the money back?
Yes, ma'am.
Did not.
Shh, listen to me. You gave her the $300 in August. She promised to give you the money back in August.
A week later, yes, ma'am.
In August, a week later.
Yes, ma'am.
So it must have been around the 21st of August that you went over there to get it back. And at that time, what happened? She wouldn't let you in?
Yes. Her phone was off, her cell phone was off, her home phone was off, and I had no other way of contacting her in information of me receiving my money back. So I went over there.
And what happened when you went over there?
When I got out the car, someone had already told me that another gentleman was in her home.
Who told you that?
A friend that knew us.
So what did you do?
I asked for a description of him, and they gave me a description of her ex-husband, in which whom she asked me to move her away from due to the fact of his abuse. And he shot her in the face.
Go ahead.
And before this occurred, I caught them together once before.
But you weren't together anymore. Right. You were just lending her money because you were a good guy.
Right.
Right. So what did you care if her ex-husband was up there? If he shot her in the face, that's her problem.
Well, I mean, why is she calling me?
Because she needed a loan from you, and you said you knew she was good for it.
Well, I mean, if he was there, then what's the purpose of asking me?
Maybe he didn't have any money. You went up and you knocked at the door. And she didn't answer the door?
No.
So you broke the door in?
Yes.
And what did you find when you got in?
Them, presuming, button up her blouse. They were looking over the balcony glass to see had I left. They didn't know that I was still at the front door.
Okay. Did you have a confrontation with them at the time?
Yes.
Well, what? Look at me, Mr. Saunders. Did your anger management classes work?
No.
So you got mad?
Yes.
What happened?
I told her I knew something was going on. And she launched at me first.
She launched at you first?
Yes, she came at me first.
You mean after you broke into her house?
Yes.
She launched, how did she launch at you?
She came at me first.
How did she do it? I want you to show me.
As embracement not to get to him, I guess.
So she was trying to keep you away from getting to the ex-husband?
Yes, ma'am.
Was she successful?
No.
Did you hit him?
No, I pushed her out the way and went towards him.
So you pushed her?
Yes.
What happened when you pushed her?
When I was getting the best of him, she was trying to stop me from getting the best of him.
How were you getting the best of him?
With my hands.
So you were fighting with him?
Yes.
Why were you fighting with him, Mr. Saunders?
I caught them together before, and we were together.
But you weren't together anymore, so what were you fighting with him about? He was going to take her off your hands.
Well, I mean, they deserve each other. He shot her.
Perfect, that's what I'm trying to get to. Sir, you weren't together with her anymore. Now you got somebody else there. It's good. Take her off your hands. The ex-husband. Good. He beat her up, he shot her, and she still takes him back. What are you beating him up for?
I was angry at the time, Your Honor.
So you got to go back to anger management.
Later.
Got it? Got to go back to anger management.
No, I didn't pursue to do that anymore.
All right.
No.
Lorraine.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is this person who's with you?
LaToya Wilkins.
Who is she?
My best friend.
Does she have any information, or is she just sitting there and enjoying this?
She's seen in some of the last incident. It was around.
You want to tell me what happened in July?
In July, we got into it. He was talking about my friends. I was talking about his. I was in the bathroom, curling my hair. He said, "Are you going to take me to work?" I said, "Do you ever ask me to take you to work?" And he said, "That ain't what I asked you. I asked you going to take me to work." I said,
"You have to do me a favor."
Yes.
You have to speak slowly.
Okay.
A little more volume.
Okay. He asked me, was I going to take him to work?
Not true.
I said, do you ever ask me to take you to work? And so he kept on. And I said, do you ever ask me, if you stay the night at my house, don't I take you to work? Therefore, then he came to me and he struck me. And he started hitting me.
Where did he hit you?
He hit me in the bathroom.
Where on your body?
He struck me in my jaw.
Do me a favor.
Yes, Jim.
Step in between them.
He struck me on the right side, and then he struck me again, and it hit me the lower part of my jaw. And then he struck me again, and it hit me on the left side.
Had Mr. Saunders ever hit you before?
Yes, he did. And the reason for him going to anger management classes is because prior incident on these pictures here, if you like to see them, he hit me because I was at work and the lady had said, "You dating him?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "He's got a child by my girlfriend, but he don't take care of it." Well, after I got off work, I stated to him what had been told to me. And then he said, well, a blood test had been taken, but it was all messed up or something. I said, sounds like a chicken head to me. And he hauled off and he struck me and hit me in my jaw, So that is the incident, is why he went to anger management.
He didn't finish?
No. Then, from
what
that
happened in July? After July, he hit you several times in the face. Do you have any photographs
I have the
of that?
photos here, also where I had gotten roped up, and then when I went in to go to work, they took a picture, that picture that's on the top where I was beat up. These are the after pictures from the incident.
You want to give me the whole wax?
Those are the pictures for that.
Thank you. Who took these pictures?
I took them hiding in the closet.
With what kind of camera? You went like this? You held the camera up like this?
Yes.
I'd like you to show them to me.
He remember because he doctored me.
No what?
No, ma'am.
No what?
It wasn't me. I did not do that. And she had prior, how do I know those pictures are not from her prior relationship with her husband?
Can I show you something where he know that they're prior and he know that they're prior? The closet, he know this is the closet from their apartments because his clothes was there, so he know. Oh, but he know.
Lorraine, tell me why you didn't go to the police.
He helped me for days until he doctored me. He doctored my face and everything. He told me if I go to the police, they would not find me. They would find my body remains, but they would not find me.
Your former husband was abusive to you?
Mm-hmm.
Did he shoot you?
Yes, he did, accidentally.
He was abusive and he shot you.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he shoot you?
In my face.
Was he the first abusive relationship that you had?
My husband, yeah.
He was the second?
Yes.
Two's enough. This is your best friend?
Yes.
Did she tell you that you were an idiot?
She said something
Huh?
else.
Did you tell her?
Yes.
If you're her best friend?
Yes.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
True.
Why didn't you sue him before for these injuries?
Not true.
Because at the time, I was trying to get myself together, and that was the last thing on my mind.
Okay. There's no question in my mind that after July, you called him several times.
He called me.
Either you called him or he called you, but during the course of those conversations, you asked him for money. You don't send out mixed messages. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't like getting beat up, do you?
No, ma'am.
Nobody who's normal likes getting beaten up. Then you don't send out mixed messages. Remember what I told you when we started this
Yes,
case?
ma'am.
Pay attention. Desk, glasses, pen. They don't get nuances. So you don't say, give me money, get away from me. Give me money, get away from me. Because they don't get that. And they shouldn't have to get that, because that's playing with him.
Ask her what she told me over the phone before we came here.
Oh.
Why did she want to know where I live at?
Oh, well, just a second. Just a
I
second.
just asked.
Just a second. Mr. Saunders, listen to me.
I'm married now. I don't want him.
Married to somebody else?
Yeah, somebody lovely, handsome, respected, and treats me like a queen.
Wonderful. I hope it continues. Mr. Saunders, listen to me. If she called you, hang up. Have nothing else to do with her. Because maybe she likes to play mind games with people. What you gave her was a minimal amount of money. Consider it. You got out inexpensively because you didn't end up in jail, which you could have. You burglarized her house. Even if he doesn't press charges against you for the assault.
Ask her why
She
didn't
could've-
he?
Shh.
He had a restraint order against him. He was supposed to be there.
I know. Shh. Listen to me, Mr. Saunders. You're not paying attention, sir.
Yes, I'm listening.
You committed a burglary.
I understand.
She was the victim of the burglary.
I think not.
Forcible entry. Mr. Sanders, you think not? Oh, Mr. Sanders, you do yourself a tremendous favor to go back to anger management classes and maybe some college. Your case is dismissed. Lorraine, so's yours. Get on with your life. You're a happy girl now? You're married to a nice man? Stay that way. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out, ma'am.
হ্যালো ফ্রেন্ডসরা, সবাই কেমন আছো? আশা করি সবাই ভালো আছো। আজকে তোমাদের সামনে আমি ছবিটি রং করে দেখাবো। ভিডিওটি না টেনে সম্পূর্ণ দেখবে। আমাদের ছবিটি রং করা সম্পূর্ণ হলো।